Day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the seventh episode of Corks and Crypto. Hope everyone's having a great day today. We have making poor decisions in the building.
What's
Welcome,
going
sir.
on? What's going
And we
on?
also have Chris Cruz, who has his own YouTube channel now. Welcome, Chris, and he's also simulcasting from his YouTube channel. So go check him out, like, share, and subscribe as well. So, how are you gentlemen doing?
Doing pretty good. I can't believe it's 7 episodes.
7 episodes, man. Every
Man,
Tuesday. It's a thing now. I think we're there. We
that's
got to keep
good.
it going. Got to keep it running.
Yep. Almost 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So, Chris, how are you liking the YouTube journey so far?
I actually think it's been pretty easy, honestly, on my end of it. Just setting up a few things and stuff like that. But really, it's just getting a great community together and talking about Vulcan and a couple of things, Kryptonian every once in a while with his aliens and moon landing and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun interacting with people. So, but
Yeah,
Fowler,
yeah, we've got Fowler in the building. What's up, Fowler? How's it going, man?
What's going on, guys? I'm up here moving around, so don't mind me. What's happening?
Hey, man, thanks for joining. You see, we are repping your shirts, man.
Yeah, man, it's a Vulcan crew up in here. Let's go.
Yep. And hey, if you're not a Vulcanaire, you need to be a Vulcanaire.
You're missing out.
And I know Fowler says it's not a status, it's a movement. I got to disagree. It's both, especially with the news you dropped in the Vulcanaire Discord today.
Oh yeah. Definitely a status, I guess. Yeah, you are right. You technically are correct. At this point, it is now a status.
It is. It's definitely a status now. So we appreciate you and what you're doing out there, what you're doing for the community. Both of you, Fowler and Chris, man. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, man. I try to do what I could do, man. Working with what I got here.
Hey, man, you're doing it. You're doing it well. So I do want to announce a couple of community updates. I see Biz is in the chat, and I don't know if I have gotten in front of him, but I do want to mention that, Hendrick is still, funds are still being raised for Hendrick to get his surgery. He has he had an accident situation that occurred that required surgery to resolve. So Biz, when you get an opportunity, if you wouldn't mind dropping the links to the GoFundMe page, as well as the address for those that would like to donate crypto to Hendrick, so that he can get that done. Also, another member of our community, Ace of Spade, was unfortunately lost some he fell victim to a hack that any of us could have fallen into based on how it was presented to him. And I want to show some things later in the show on some things that you could look forward to, and some ways that you can kind of protect yourself and kind of be cognizant of the scammers that are out there and some of the tricks that they pull, so you can stay safe. But Asa unfortunately lost some of his holdings, and we're trying our best to kind of help support him as well. So Biz has the donation fund address for Asa. I'll just highlight that briefly here. Anything that you can is appreciated for both Hendrick and for Asa Spade. So oh, sorry, Brooklyn. Brooklyn said he can't make it out, but he'll be back early to log in. So appreciate you being out there, Brooklyn. So I wanted to get those community updates out of the way. We're going to get into the chat in a minute, but first I want to hand the floor over to Making Poor Decisions so he could tell us about our wine of the week.
All right. We back at it this week. We're going to partake in a Malbec. Susana, Balbo, Malbec. Most of your Malbecs are going to come from Argentina and South America. This one here comes out of the Mendoza area of Argentina. It is a full body wine. When you open it or if you have it poured in your glass, you're gonna smell blueberries, some blackberries, and on your palate, you're gonna taste licorice. If you want to know what licorice tastes like, it's like the sweetener, saccharin and sweet and low. That's what your licorice. That's what that tastes like. You can pair it with red meat, pork, pasta, but you can also enjoy it alone by itself. So, cheers.
Awesome.
All right. I got a couple questions here.
Yep.
All right. So I have a steak this weekend. This is okay. This is good to eat or to drink with, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. And then are we talking about the 2021? It looks like there's different years of it. Should I go with 2020 or?
Yeah, we talk. I'm talking. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm talking about the 2020 vintage.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a 2018 vintage out there, which tastes, of course, just as good because it's been aging a little while longer. But I'm talking about 2020. Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay. So I see. Yeah, the bottle's different. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have a steak this weekend. It's my daughter's birthday, so I'm gonna see if I can get a bottle of this and eat a big old steak.
Nice.
Yeah, and if you eat pork, it goes well with pork chops as well. So.
Awesome.
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Hey, great question. Great question, Chris. Appreciate that. All right. So let's.
Got me kicked into a little bit of wine lately, so I'm like, I didn't know anything a couple weeks ago. Now I'm starting to understand it comes in a bottle and stuff, not a box.
Yeah, you want to tend to stick with the ones that come in the bottle.
Okay. All right. So I'm very new to this, but I'm starting to learn.
There you
Baby
go.
steps. Baby steps.
There you go. So let's get through some of these comments real quick. So we had Biz Entertainment saying, welcome to VNN Vulcan News Network. Everyone, please at the person when chatting amongst yourselves to not get your host, myself, definitely will get confused when reading comments. Thank you. We've got OBZ in the building. What's up, OBZ? John Kano, thank you for joining us tonight. We've got Moses the Great. Let's go, family. Daniel Prado, he came in, couldn't stay, but he said he will watch tomorrow. So thanks for the support. And also, we got to celebrate Daniel Prado. He hit 1 million views today. I think it was today, but he hit over 1 million views overall on his channel. So that's a fantastic feat. And he's done a lot of work for the community over the last year or so. So kudos to him for that. Of course, we've got Chris Cruz. Hi, everyone. We've got Ulrich. Thanks for joining us, Ulrich. Seifu Warrior says hi. Inspired Life Goals. We've got Aris Disler. He's talking about a second run of a Trump NFT collection that sold over 4.6 million at $99 per NFT. So, say what you want about Trump, but the guy's a marketing genius. And, even in crypto, the dude is just killing it.
Well, I think that's a good thing for everybody. I mean, whatever you think, but if you're in crypto and you got this guy that's always said that he didn't believe in crypto out there putting NFTs out, I mean, he's making money off crypto, so he's probably getting softened up to crypto.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
We've got Jay Legend, Sky High. What's going on, Sky High? He says here, Gary Gensler is getting his butt kicked by the Senate today. I need to check that out. I recall you mentioning that earlier. I didn't have a chance yet to go check up on that. But if you've got some details, Sky High, hey, you're welcome to get up here and tell us about it or chat it. But yeah, I'd like to know more about that. Miss Worldwide, thanks for joining. Thanks for your support and everything you do out there for the community as well. And Teddy One, what's up, Teddy One? Texas is in the building. All right, so Crypto Gale, we've got Crypto Gale out here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for showing up. Definitely, again, Brooklyn, Holder Vulcan. Whenever you get the opportunity, sir, you've got a seat at the table. Let's see. Oh, Compton 310. Compton was not first tonight, but he's here. He's here. So thanks for joining. Kelly Productions. Thanks for joining, Kelly. Oh, and I missed Confirmate. How can I miss Confirmate? Confirmate, thanks for joining. And by the way, I owe you an apology. We were supposed to get together so I could start helping with your news page, and I got tied up and got totally lost track. So I do want to connect with you and get an understanding of how to use that back end so I can start helping with those articles. So reach out to me. We can figure out some times that work best and we get that going. So I appreciate it. Let's see. I think that's it. So Kelly saying he's running some errands while listening. And I think this is the first live from oh wow, this is the first live that you actually caught while we're doing it. So that's awesome. Appreciate that. So wow, so where do we begin? There's been a lot going on today, right? So we've got the list of, or the initial list of projects for the Vulcan blockchain. I think there are 10 still. I don't know that there's been any updates, but I know Fowler, your project wasn't listed, right?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so not listed yet. We're just checking off the boxes. Honestly, if those are requirements, we're ready to go. We just got to post this stuff. I just finished up pretty much a decent amount of the website. Website looks pretty good. I'm just cleaning up a couple things, but yeah, I think the website is ready to go. I'm debating, should I drop the link? I'm probably gonna share with the Vulcan Air crew in a second, so you guys can take a look at it. But I don't know if it's ready for public consumption. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Understand. Hey, well, you do what you do, and I know it's going to be a quality product. But one of the reasons why I wanted to call out the fact that your project isn't listed, because I know earlier, there was, I won't say disappointment, but there was some, less enthusiasm about the number of projects that were listed on the site. But we know you have a project. We know you've got a great team behind you. We know that project's going to come to fruition. So that's 11, right? That we could talk to, although there's only 10 that's listed on the webpage, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to say that to say this: there are likely several other projects in the same situation where they may just be lacking, some image files, or they may want to tighten up their web page, and they want to make sure that they are presenting a solid quality product before they announce that they're ready for the blockchain beyond their project, right? So the project's probably tight, right? But they may not have spent as much effort and time at this stage on all the fluff stuff, the web page, the images and all that fun stuff, right? So I think there's several other projects that are likely to be added to that list in short time. So don't lose hope is really what I'm trying to get at.
And honestly, I'm I'm part of that, right? So it's like, we just got the requirements today, right, to be listed. I mean, we didn't know going into the list before the list was released what you need to do. So it's kind of like, well, if you're ready, you're ready. You're not. In my case, for the guys of gaming, we were waiting for the logo, and the logo for us is everything because it's kind of what we get our direction from, how we want our style to look. It was all based upon that logo, so we were having a hard time getting the logo pretty much designed from scratch. So it was just like, it took us a while. It took us literally a month. I've been waiting for a month. A little bit of disappointment. I tried not to show it on camera. But, I've been waiting to get that logo done, and then pretty much everything came to fruition. I just put the site together within almost a day, and I'm telling you right now, it's better than most. Now, is this and this happens, I'm sure, with a lot of other projects, right? Like, you want to put out a website, right? But is this your final website? Probably not. Like, the website we're going to drop for Guys to Gaming is not going to be our final website. This is just a website to get people informed, get people, hyped up for Guys to Gaming. But there will be a more solid final version of the website coming. So, I'm pretty sure there's other projects like that right now, just like, what type of, where are we going to go? We're going to drop something just to get listed, or are we going to just go all out and get these final products done and then list? So that's what I said. You give it a couple days, you still got the stuff, the things that are being submitted to be put on the list still have to be approved by somebody on the Vulcan team. So it's not like it's automatic where you just put your stuff up, show that you got the website and stuff, and it automatically is done, and then you list it. So it's not going to be like that. So we might have to wait, a couple days before we start seeing other projects on there. But for the most part, I know there's more than 30 projects, at least in thought. Now, are all of them going to be ready? I have no idea. But, I know there's other projects in the same situation where they did not know what was needed to be listed, and boom, now they want to actually get it done so they can get listed, so they can get the hype going, get that exposure. Because, again, it's free marketing, it's free exposure at this point with that website, that project list. So, everybody wants to get on there. Trust me. I just think everybody did have their hopes up to, when they dropped this, it was going to be like 50, 100 projects. No, guys. I mean, the Vulcan team is doing the responsible thing, which is not just listing things that they may already know or may believe they know, and stuff like that. They're not going to list it like that. They're going to leave it up to the project owners to take the responsibility to go out there, fulfill the requirements to be listed, and personally manually submit themselves to be put on that list. And I think that's the right thing to do. Now, if everybody's disappointed about that, I'm sorry, guys, but you're going to be disappointed. But this is the more responsible thing to do. If you really want to see your project on there, if you're part of a project right now and they're talking about Vulcan, well, hold them to account and make sure they fulfill the requirements and get listed on the project list. That's all you can do. I think people should be excited, honestly, because, again, the Vulcan team did come through with what they said they were going to do. They said they were going to bring you a project list. Guess what they did? They brought you a project list, and now it's up to the project owners to do their part and get listed.
There you go. And there's nothing wrong with having standards. I like having standards. And I think you mentioned it earlier on, it was either Prado Stream or Odie. I don't recall which, but
Yeah,
I thought I heard you make a comment about, not just it was either you or Chris, or maybe both, not just accepting any coin and anything just because you can put it on the blockchain, right? Having having some standards so that we have a quality product, not just in the blockchain itself, but also on the blockchain.
Yeah, I mean, we're Vulcan is about to, is coming on its way to have its mainnet released. Okay, again, when you go on BSC, anybody can list anything right now. Anything can be a scam, whatever, right? This blockchain is not out yet, but at some point, it may have the standards of BSC, because no one's going to be able to manually check every single project that wants to go through EVM compatibility of putting their smart contract automatically through. Nobody wants to go and do that manually. But right now, since the blockchain is not released, it's good that the Vulcan team is having these standards where they're like, look, we're going to start off with good projects, like projects that the community is going to be excited for. And guess what? They can't tell if what's going to work and what's not going to work, but that's the whole point of why the voting system, right? If you look at the voting system's there not just for, just for shits and giggles. It's really there to show how much interest the people have in the actual project. Now, will that grow? It should, but if it doesn't, guess what? That puts more responsibility on the project owners to gather more excitement for their project so they can get more of those upvotes. That's the whole point of it. I get people are disappointed about the list, but guys, they put a lot of thought in that list. You may not know about it. You may not think about it. Like, guys, they put a lot of thought in it to give you something where not only can your voice be heard, right? That's the whole point of the voting system, but it also tells the quality of the project, and that tells the project owners like, hey, I'm not getting a lot of upvotes right now. I got to do something, and that's a good thing. That gives that onus to the actual project owners to make changes, to make themselves more likable, to give them to get more upvotes. Like they got to do something. You can't just sit there, right, and just have your project thinking it's gonna just take off. No, that's not how this works. You got to actually put some work in it. So if your project doesn't have enough utility, that could possibly be why people are not upvoting. Maybe there's something else you need to do to get some more oomph into your project. Get some more something into it to make people want it more, right? I'm not going to sit here and downplay any project, right? Just because every project that's on that list, guess what? They fulfill requirements. They've done what they had to do to get put up there. Now, again, if you don't have the upvotes, you need to go find more upvotes. You got to figure out how you get them. But that's the point of having that type of listing, that the way that they put it up there. People keep asking, well, what's the voting for? What are we voting for? Not necessarily voting for anything, honestly. It's just really you're showing the likeness of the project. That's how I look at it. I mean, as a project owner, if I saw my project up there and only had maybe like 5 or 6 upvotes, I need to just sit there and ask myself why. Why I ain't got no upvotes? Am I not getting out there in the community? Am I not telling people what my project is about? It's something, right? So that's the whole point of that system. And I can only commend the Vulcan team to putting the system out there. It's honestly going to help projects if they take that type of constructive voting system as a way to pretty much gauge themselves and to make themselves better. But other people may see things differently than I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people were probably thinking that we were going to have this rush of developers ready with projects, to just really come and beat the doors down on Vulcan. And that still could be true. It's just, again, at what stage are they ready yet to go all out and put, put their projects out there when, given, the fact that we're not really our test net situation and where that is right now, they haven't been really able to test the utility of or the functionality of their projects. Those that are building from the ground up right now, those that are porting over from other blockchains, that may be a different story. But for brand new projects, ground floor, they may be a little hesitant to release until they're able to do some testing, before going that far out. You know what I mean? So, because they have some, reputation in this too, right? As the project owner. So I can kind of respect both sides, but I think we're really in a more positive situation than what some may think. I think we're really, I think this is progress. I see it as progress. I really want to know what's going on with Gary Gensler. So you got Sky High. He mentions that, it's better to watch it on Paul Barron's channel. So I'm going to check that out. And Confirmant is saying that Gary got wrecked today. So I have, do any of y'all know what happened? Because I just don't know. I keep hearing bits and pieces that, he was, got it in the chops, but I really don't know what that is.
There's going to be a whole lot of memes. There's going to be a whole lot of videos, deer and headlights, that kind of thing. I think everybody took all their anger out on him during the whole thing. Every question he got was, he was stumbling across words, and getting mixed up. And I did hear about it, but I heard about it, but I didn't see it. But somebody put in the comments that a senator introduced a bill to, I forgot where it was.
Is this one from Sky High? Maybe.
Yeah. Introducing legislation to not only fire Gensler, but do away with the chairman position as a whole. I mean, that should set the tone for you. You'll see a bunch of information on it. You'll see a lot of it, but it was kind of rough watching, because at some points I was like, man, this guy's getting chewed up
Yeah, Slumdog Millionaire saying that Gensler is part of the club.
Yeah.
He got to be. And Biz is, yeah, he's offering Confirmate. Confirmate, if you're out there and you want to join, feel free. Feel free. So you should have access to the link. If not, Biz, if you can post it, you're welcome to join. I'm going to switch gears because I missed a comment from somebody. Yes, it was Slumdog Millionaire. And he asked the question, does anyone think that a privacy type token can be created on the blockchain, on the Vulcan blockchain? I don't know what you mean by, I think I know what you mean by privacy, but I'll leave it to the expert on the call on the video here. Fowler, what are your thoughts? Do you think you understand where Slumdog's going with this privacy question?
I think maybe he's talking about like an XRM type of token, where it's pretty much just like there's no information that you can get from this token whatsoever. Like that's how the XRM token. I haven't seen any other token like that. And technically I do not know if that's possible in DeFi to make that, even on the Vulcan blockchain. Like I really don't know. That's a good question. That's probably a good question to ask, like somebody really good in Solidity.
That's probably something for complimenting somebody.
At least I'm pretty sure Compliment would definitely know.
Yeah, so Compliment, you need to get up here, man. Come on. And OBZ, I think made a comment about your logo for your project.
God of Gaming.
Says, looks great, and it does. It looks really, really good. I remember you making mention that you were waiting on that logo a while back. So
before you say anything, Fowler, I did hear you talk on Odonato's channel today that you wanted to get with Jason to add a little bit more spice to your graphics and stuff, and I was like, that would be a nice collaboration between the two of you.
Yeah, man. Jason definitely has some serious, man, graphic work. Like he's on a whole different level, man. He'll have stuff ready to go in like half a second. It's crazy. Like I see him. If you ever see Jason post on Twitter, like he's got stuff on there just blows you away.
Yeah, I mean, this community is talented, deep and talented. It's amazing what you guys can do. Just crazy what you guys can do. So let's see. Slumdog saying that all the heads of I call them the alphabet agencies should be fired. Yep. I don't disagree. Hodel Yoda, thanks for joining. He's got a Biz. If you can hear us, he's saying here that he can't copy Hendrix and Asa's address. So if you can repost that'd be great. And Twig is saying here about projects, they'll come, come May or what. Rome was not built in one day. Absolutely. I mean, we got to be patient. Patience is the key. And I think we're going to all benefit greatly from it. Kelly Productions, yes, sir. I think the Vulcan team was just delivering us a web page for the list itself. Don't think they were focusing on who they put on the list. Like they said, that's up to the project leaders themselves. Yep, I agree. We've got Kryptonian out there. What's up, Kryptonian, man? If you want to come and join us up here, feel free. You should have access to the link.
He says that he's won't be able to jump on for about 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay, cool. Like to have you. Let's see. And Sky High is the way thing. They're going after him. They've heard the people, and there will be no crypto ban. Yeah, I'm kind of see, and I thought I saw something in Discord about Elizabeth Warren trying to spin some stuff up too. So, I guess it starts here, right? So you take care of Gary, and then voters can handle Warren should they decide to do so.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of Gary, because Gary's a threat right now. I mean, he could literally right now he's really doing a lot of damage because he's doing without impunity, meaning no one is checking on him whatsoever. There's no one saying, no, you cannot do this, and
Right.
and that is really gonna hurt us, like hurt us as a crypto if he keeps going like this, because really no one is stopping him because the government is so in disarray, because no one's really working with each other. As far as the government, it's not working how it's supposed to be working. So that's why it's so much everything. Like everything is so like painful when they like these subpoenas they're sending. It's because they have no one like looking over them. Like no one's
Hmm.
checking them whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think that Gary or Slumdog Millionaire, he just posted a comment just a few minutes ago. I think Gary is following, and I do believe this, whether you like Biden or not. But I think he's following Biden's executive order. I don't think that Biden is a. I don't know if it's Biden, but his
Oh, Biden is
administration is.
very anti. Biden is anti crypto.
Yeah, and
He
I
is
think that
definitely anti crypto.
but I think that's a good thing for all of us, because I think that when I think this administration will have a hard time getting reelected. I just think that it may not. This might all change tomorrow, but when these things start piling up, there are a lot of people in crypto, and there's a lot of closet crypto people, and when they see things like this, and the way that the senators and their reaction was today, this is helping our cause, because we're sitting over here in the crypto industry, like just minding our own business, going about our day-to-day stuff, and then it seems like they're up there freaking out because we don't want to ban crypto. We think crypto is good for our lives and our communities and stuff, and they're starting to get it. And if the Biden administration doesn't come out with a, okay, let's start easing into crypto and changing some of the rules and stuff like that, and not going so hard at it, then this administration may have a shot. I think there's a lot of closet crypto people out there that see these things, and if they pile up, this administration will either have to change course or they won't be reelected. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree. And here's Slumdog Millionaire had highlighted this comment. So he I think this was earlier in the conversation when we were talking about projects going onto the blockchain. And he says, allow me to play devil's advocate. Lots of lots of rugs produce lots of volume, just saying. And then we've got Richard Hudman, but it screws people, right? And I bring that up because the current administration, they try to look at the way I see how they view crypto or how they discuss crypto is that it's a scam, right? Crypto is a scam, and it's being used as to promote all this underground, just illegal activity. Now, can it do that? Has it done that? Yes. But is that the primary use case for crypto? No. The primary use case for those activities are fiat US dollars. Are
You
we
know
looking to
what,
ban
man?
those?
You know what's
But
funny? You say that, Mellow Crypto, man. Like the government is totally missing out on some serious innovation right now. Right? We have problems where we have one side who believes they were cheated, the other side believes that everything's fine, right? But so you got one side that's saying the votes are rigged and all this stuff, right? But guess what? The best thing, the government could do is to embrace crypto, even just for voting purposes. Why? Because the blockchain don't lie, right? It could be that easy where the government innovates and utilizes the blockchain with a voting system, and you wouldn't have any disruption, any type of mistakes, no maliciousness. It can't be done. I mean, yeah, you'll still have the mail-in voting and all that stuff. You can't get rid of the old traditional stuff, but having a more secure way where most of the newer generation who's getting into voting, people electronic vote even with paper, right? if we start getting these systems onto the blockchain technology, man, it would defeat so many problems in the end, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Fowler, I'm gonna tell you. I think that Mela said something and you said something, and I truly think these people are scumbags, and I think that every single person that's out there that fuds crypto is fudding crypto for the benefit of the fact that behind the scenes they're in crypto, and
Oh yeah.
they're wanting
Oh,
some type of they got their money. I'm not sure about Elizabeth Warren, whatever. I don't know these things, but I'm telling you, these people run their mouth about crypto all over the place, bad, all that kind of stuff, and I guarantee you, they are not turning down the money that they're making off crypto. They're involved in crypto, and like Florida's on the verge of making Bitcoin legal tender. Okay, they don't like that because it's Ron DeSantis and he's a
Right.
Republican, so they're immediately against it. But then if it was a Democrat governor, they'd be like, "Oh, this is a good idea," and it's all smoke and mirrors. These people are making money off everybody when they're fudding about crypto. They're in it. And the second thing is kind of what you were saying. This younger generation, they're in crypto. The younger generation, they don't know anything. They don't carry cash on their pocket. They cash app each other, and they don't care if it's crypto or whatever it is. But they're in it already. They're electronically transferring money and doing things and stuff like that. And I'm telling you right now, a teenager, a young person in their 20s, mess with their money and see what happens. They'll hack you or do something. The younger generation's already into this and already ready for it. So,
Yeah,
that's my.
I'm just curious what would happen if the government, the Senate, has to, or any other government employee has to disclose that they hold crypto. How would they feel about that? What would Elizabeth Warren feel about that? And I say that to say this. I think you're right that there's a lot of closet government officials that are holding crypto, and I wouldn't be surprised if Miss Warren is one of them.
Well, they do that with securities now. I mean, I don't know how many times there's example of Nancy Pelosi like doing a vote on the semiconductors and stuff like that, but owning a piece of these things. So they'll talk one way and their actions behind the scenes will be the other way. And for them to talk about crypto like it is evil, and be like, oh, we need to be a part, whatever. They probably got tons of money in crypto, and that's what their position has to be at that moment. Because outside businesses or other related are like, no, we don't want you to go into crypto right now. And the Fed's definitely like, oh, don't go into crypto because we can't make crypto yet.
Right.
So I mean, that's why I think they're all in on it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to try to pull up this.
If I tell you what, Kryptonian comes on here, we'll be in trouble because he'll have definitely some
Kryptonian. He's got the link.
Yeah, so I think he's on his way home or something like that. That's what he was talking about. He said he was at a restaurant.
Gotcha. Okay, so I am going to attempt to play a clip here. Just give me a second. Get this going. I had to turn my volume down. So, all right.
What is this clip of? Oh, Gary.
Yeah, this is Gary Gensler. So let me share my screen. And all right, here we go. So thanks. And play.
Welcome you before the committee. As you can see, we're under new management and new Congress.
You guys able to hear that?
Please get comfortable. We expect to get through a lot
today. Barely.
So let's get started with digital assets. Under your leadership, this year's Exchange Commission has brought nearly 50 enforcement actions against digital asset firms. And now your agency is requesting an additional $78 million to expand your enforcement agenda. At the same time, you've refused to provide clarity on whether digital assets offered as part of an investment contract are subject to securities laws. And more importantly, how these firms should comply with those laws. You're punishing digital asset firms for allegedly not adhering to the law when they don't know it will apply to them. It's nonsensical. The administration said it, the Fed has said it, and I'll say it again. Congress must provide clear rules of the road for the digital asset ecosystem because the regulators cannot agree. Regulation by enforcement is not sufficient nor sustainable. Your approach is driving innovation overseas and endangering American competitiveness. The ranking member and I have worked for more than a year on this issue, and we'll continue to work this Congress. But let me be clear. Our goal is to make law. We expect you to play a constructive role in that process. Now, next up, we'll discuss your overly aggressive and very expensive rulemaking agenda. In the past 2 years, the Commission has proposed 53 new rules at a breakneck pace. That's twice as many rules as your predecessor, Mary Jo White and Jay Clayton, in the same amount of time. This raises serious concerns that the rulemaking process is being rushed, undermining the quality of our securities laws, and risking negative unintended consequences. These concerns have been echoed by senior personnel at your own agency, and they are similar concerns raised while you were at the CFTC. Time and time again, you've cut the public out of the rulemaking process with unreasonably short comment periods, even for major rules like your disastrous climate disclosure proposal and equity market structure overhaul. You failed to justify these significant rules with thorough evidence, careful studies, and even cost-benefit analysis. I look forward to hearing why the Commission is rushing to make such dramatic changes in our public markets based on paltry economic analysis and limited public input. Finally, it appears you've been so busy weaponizing the Securities Exchange Commission to push your agenda that you've forgotten a key pillar of the Commission's statutory mission, capital formation. Unlike you, this committee is working to strengthen public markets, help small businesses and entrepreneurs, and increase market access for all investors to ensure the long-term growth and prosperity of this country. I'll close with this. Chair Gensler, your responses to congressional inquiries have been unacceptable. You have a constitutional duty to conduct your business in your agency, but we too have a constitutional duty to conduct oversight of your agency. Under our jurisdiction, we intend to do that, and we will continue to do so aggressively. But it is your duty to respond and comply with congressional inquiries. If you continue to thwart this institution by ignoring our requests and providing incomplete responses, we will be left with no choice but to pursue all avenues to compel the information or documents we need and the American people need and deserve to see themselves. Ether is one of the most popular digital assets and powers the Ethereum blockchain. Back in 2000.
So I'm going to stop on this one, but there's some others that Biz has sent me, and I'm going to pull those up. But I want to see if there's some reaction. I didn't see any reaction from Gary in this clip, but hopefully in the other clips, there's some reaction because I'd like to see that. But one thing that I got out of McHenry here is there's not a lot of data that support the actions that Gary has taken on crypto. I mean, that's the biggest thing I took out of that, especially cost benefit. So what, the business of government it really is to take our money and then produce what is needed for the society. Right. But in this instance, I'm not hearing, based on what McHenry just said, what the cost benefit analysis is or was for Gary Gensler's approach to crypto. So did I miss anything, or you guys have any thoughts on that?
Well, I think they need to get rid of Gary, period. Gary got to go. There's no question about it. And they're literally saying that, man. They're like, look, trying to make policy out of enforcement is stupid. It does not work. Okay, all you're doing is just riling up a lot of people. You're making people go overseas. That's true. Eventually, you only got two moves. Either you have to fall back from the way you're trying to enforce this stuff, or you're gonna have people go, literally moving overseas to do the innovation. They're not gonna stop. The innovation is not gonna stop. You're not. It's like trying to say we're gonna turn off the internet, or what's another one that just can't happen? Like getting rid of gaming. That's not going to happen. No way, no how. No matter how hard you try to enforce, you're not going to get rid of it. It's the same thing that's going on in crypto right now. You cannot enforce like that. So, and everybody's a witness. Even these old geezers who you wouldn't think would have any crypto, even they are like, this is stupid. You got to at least make a rules of the road that's fair for this digital currency. And they're going to need it for them damn selves. So, like, how are you going to come out with a CBDC? You don't have the rules of the road for the actual digital cryptocurrency that you're actually trying to launch yourself. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is. And we've got Kryptonian in the house. What's up, Kryptonian? Thanks for joining us tonight, man. What are your thoughts on that?
What's up, everybody? Sorry, I'm on the road today, so I'm not in my studio. Appreciate the invite. Yeah, so I would just sum it up as you guys hear me say it all the time. Hi, I'm the government, and I'm here to help. So with that being said, they're here to sabotage, man. It's all about creating chaos, in my opinion. Get everybody all scared. They come in so they can take control of it, obviously, because they want their own digital currency out. This is basically the start of it. They're trying to get as probably trying to, I guess, in my opinion, they're just trying to get as much control as possible, get everybody talking about it, because at the end of the day, human beings have a very short memory, and we forget how often the government just kind of screws everything up. And they will, if they get their hands on crypto and doing whatever regulation they want to do, it's going to be just as bad as the American dollar, and we all know what that's like. So I'm glad he was in that hearing. I was kind of catching a little bit of it today, but this is just a start. The problem I have with all these hearings is, especially with politicians, they get up there and they huff and puff, man, and they question, but nothing ever happens to them, But tomorrow something will happen. Someone else will ban Binance, another state. It's all a pony show for me, man. It's just so annoying, because we're trying to innovate in the space. We're trying to self-regulate, and which is the way it should be. This is the way DeFi should be self-regulating, and that's why we got to get all like the scammers out and those that are trying to like rug. We can take care of it, and that's what bringing solid blockchains and projects and developers and communities. I mean, we definitely have to step up and stop letting the politicians, I don't care where you're from, because we can't let them ruin crypto, because we know what it can be and what it will be.
Right. I agree. And Biz sent me the other clip, and I guess I actually had it. It was about to play, and I stopped it. So I'm going to pull the response from Gary Gensler back up.
Ether is one of the most popular digital assets and powers the Ethereum blockchain. Back in 2018, then SEC Corporation Finance Director Bill Hinman stated that he believed Ether was not a security. Last month, CFTC Chair Benham expressed his view that Ether is a commodity. The State Attorney General of New York asserted in a court filing last month that Ether is a security. Clearly, an asset cannot be both a commodity and a security. Do you agree?
Actually, all securities are commodity under the Commodity and Exchange Act. It's that we are excluded commodities, but I would agree that a security cannot be also an excluded commodity and an included commodity. I'm sorry, Chair, just to talk about the Commodity Exchange Act more precisely.
Okay, so do you recognize, how would you categorize Ether then?
Look, I think that the general sweep of what Congress did, not just in the 30s, but as amended.
I'm asking you, sitting in your chair now, to make an assessment under the laws as exist Is ether a commodity or a security?
Without speaking to anyone,
I know you've
okay.
What happened to the sound?
No.
12,000. If there's a group of entrepreneurs,
I'm asking about one.
The public is anticipating a profit based on the.
I'm asking a specific question, Chair Gensler. I said this in private. This should be no shock to you. I'm asking this question. Is ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law. And if there's a group of
I'm asking about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
Gary is a piece of shit, by the way.
You would not want me to prejudge because I'm also.
But you have prejudged on this. You've taken 50 enforcement actions. We're finding out as we go, as you file suit, as people get Wells notices on what is the security in your view, in your agency's view. I'm asking you a very simple question about the second largest digital asset. What is your view?
And my view is if there's a group of individuals in the middle that the public is.
All right. So let me just ask a second question then. Do you think it serves the market for an object to be viewed by the commodities regulator as a commodity and the securities regulator to be viewed as a security? Do you think that provides safety and soundness for the product? Do you think it provides consumer protection? Do you think it serves the value of innovation? I think no should be a very simple answer for you here.
I think
that uncertainty is bad, is it not?
And I think that Congress has said that there's one agency, the Securities and Exchange Commission, under this committee.
And you won't answer my question, and you're the head of that agency. So give me a break. Come on.
I'm
Damn.
Eric, because you would not want me to speak about any one set of facts and circumstance.
Okay, so, but you've already spoken. Have you said anything about Bitcoin?
My predecessors and the agency itself has spoken to them.
Okay, but you're not willing to do the same about ether. Okay, so let me just step back. There's a lack of clarity here in the marketplace. Can you at least agree to that?
I think that the clarity is there. The law is clear.
All right.
There's a group
so let me be explicit about this. The market doesn't see it. Your regulatory actions and the CFTC's regulatory actions say that there's a great deal of uncertainty here. It is the intention of this committee to fix that uncertainty and actually provide sound.
Fix that FUD.
Ether.
Wow. Okay. Brooklyn.
That guy he will not answer a question, will he?
Brooklyn, what? I got to get your thoughts on this, man. What are you thinking? You're over there. I see you over there laughing. You're muted if you're talking, Brooklyn. Can y'all hear Brooklyn?
No.
No, I can't hear him.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Can't hear you, bro.
Can you hear us?
Brooklyn.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he could hear us, but we can't hear him. Wow. But yeah, hopefully you can fix that. I would love to get your thoughts on it. So I guess he's going to come back in.
Yeah, he's just probably got to set that mic.
Yeah, but wow, that I would say
it goes on. And Mela, you go watch some of these, man. It goes on like that forever. I mean, I don't know. I didn't get a whole lot out of it, other than the fact that he seemed like he wasn't answering anything all day. He was just going back and forth. They'd say a yes or no answer on anything, and he's like trying to make a statement about. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Because he knows he's on bullshit, right? Okay, listen, I've been looking at this dude, Gary Gensler, for a while, all right? I've been reporting on this guy. I know how cocky this guy, he makes commercials, all right? Like, he makes commercials on YouTube. He's literally, he even says he's pretty much like the antithesis of fucking crypto. He's the guy who's the opposite. He's the anti-hero to crypto. So now all of a sudden he doesn't know how to answer questions, right? Because he doesn't have an answer for it because he already knows like what he's doing is wrong. It's not right. Period. Like he can't even answer the simple question that is ether a security or not. Right, but he'll send a subpoena and all this stuff to all these other guys, right? Like, I don't know, man. like I said, at some point, it's either we move on from the U.S. and the U.S. is left behind, like with their pockets out, like wondering why they're behind, or they drop this stuff and they actually make some fair regulation, and that's what's required right now is fair regulation. I'm gonna go against what Kryptonian said. Kryptonian said that DeFi, we need to self-regulate, and honestly, I don't think that's the answer. We can't self-regulate. We just can't. We've had enough time to actually self-regulate, and we can't do it. The scams are still going rampant. People still out there losing money, and we still need to make sure people go to jail for these things. That's the type of regulation I need. I need people to go to jail. I need them to fear trying to do scams. So when you do a scam, you should be like really thinking about the rest of your life, because you're not going to have that money that you're going to scam away. And that's what I need the U.S. government and every other government to get on board with, is actually punishing people who are actually out here doing wrong, right? You can't keep letting these FTXs and Lunas and all these guys just freely run around until they get caught looking like what's his name? I was gonna say Osama bin Laden, but what's the guy who's running Iraq for a minute? He was in a hole. That's what these guys are doing. They run away with the money and then they hide until they get caught. And usually it's not even the government that catches them. It's usually some hired guy who, some rich dude that ends up tracking them down. And then they end up either going to jail or getting popped off, like John McAfee. But like, come on, guys. Like, self-regulation, it's not going to work. We need the government to get on board, but they need to get on the board the right way. And that's the problem, is they're not doing it the right way. They're doing it for self-interest of the government, which is to maintain power by any means necessary at this point. And you can tell, just look at Fed now and look at the CBDC, that they're going to come right behind it. I mean, it's not hard, guys.
I agree with you, man, but I think it's more along the lines that DeFi is starting to self-regulate themselves. So
it's doing better.
And I see it's getting better because the community demands it, and people are getting more educated. The problem that we have is, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, is you got these media and mainstream. I want to try to be, nice on this Mella's live stream, but these media whatevers, but they're all out there saying crypto's a scam. So the scammers are like, well, let's go where they say it's scams. And then us people in DeFi are sitting there going, we don't want these scammers. We're going to root them out.
Right.
And yeah, you might be right. Need the government and all that kind of stuff. But I'm one that I feel like I don't need the government involved in anything. If they would just shut up and stay out of stuff, I don't care, Democrat or Republican. And I feel like DeFi can do it on their own. I feel like that.
I think
I think it's a long way off, though, and that's where I think that your point's very valid, because if people stop talking bad about crypto and people started going, the average everyday person started going into crypto, DeFi'd clean up real quick. Quick. The media would pick up on these rug pulls. They'd pick up on things, and they'd do their actual job and do some journalism and write about these people, and things would get cleaned up real quick, I think.
Sky High's got a comment here. When he was at MIT, he was all about crypto. I'm thinking this is Gary Gensler, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing the master's bidding now. So I wasn't aware that he's done a 180.
No, I don't think he's done a 180. I think he's following the talking points of the people in power at this time. That's my point. That's where I go back to say Gary's probably walking out of that hearing, and he's looking at his crypto wallet, seeing how much money he made. That's what I'm saying. And his point, you see it all the time on both sides. These politicians, they'll say one thing, and behind the scenes they're doing something totally different. Look at Dan Crenshaw. Yeah, he'll talk about certain things, but isn't he on the list of he made the most money in the stock market last year or whatever? He's only been a congressman for a few years. And it's like, wait, how are you guys doing this stuff? And how is it legal? I wish I could remember the guy, but I think he passed away. He's a journalist from the 80s, 90s. He called Nancy Pelosi out on a visa deal like in the early 90s or 2000s or something. They've been doing it since then. They still do it. You can't trust any of these guys. And honestly, we go and look at this type of stuff, and then you turn around and you're like, okay, we're going to be talking about it. But the guy that's going at him, the chairman that's going at him right there, McHenry, and they might be buddies trading crypto after this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like you can't even, and you can't trust them. And the way I see it is, if the media and the citizen journalists would write about these rug pulls, write about different things in DeFi, this stuff would stop immediately. It'd be national news, and DeFi would be the cleanest place in the world. But they just they ignore it because they all think crypto is bad.
I'm agree with you, Chris. With the DeFi is doing better, right? We're doing better at making people KYC, put their faces out there, holding people to account, right? And that's great. I think that's a big step than where we were 5 years ago, right? I mean, everybody was behind the avatar 5 years ago. I mean, now we got people. I mean, look at Brian Legend, right? Completely out there, put his driver's license, everything, right? Like, we know Brian King Legend, right? And if Brian Legend want to run away, we're gonna find you, Brian Legend. But see, that's the type of self-regulation that's come about over the years. But again, on the other hand, we can do all that. We can make articles. We can even get the media involved and start reporting this stuff. But at the end of the day, we still need the government to actually enforce putting people in jail and stuff like that. I don't want people to get hurt, right? I don't even care. I don't even want people who even pull these scams off to get hurt, right? I'd rather see them in jail. I'd rather them see them behind bars wishing they had freedom, right? But here's the thing. The government, just like you said, Chris, they're playing games, right? We got all these politicians, all these non-trustful people that we cannot trust on to do the right thing. They're out here, playing the game. And they're cheating because they have the biggest microphone, right? They have the biggest sway. They have all these followers, right? And at a click of a button, honestly, some of these politicians can easily say, hey, go jump into crypto. And a lot of people who think crypto's a scam, they would actually jump on board.
Right. That's my point. It's like you take the thing that happened with Trump today. It's like Trump sells these NFTs and everything like that. Maybe Trump has had an epiphany. And I don't think that Trump's one of those guys that he seems like he believes certain things and he never changes his mind and all that kind of stuff. He's always said something for years. But now Trump's selling NFTs, but Trump just a few years ago was talking about crypto was bad.
Yeah.
And I actually think he said that Bitcoin was a scam, but I'm not positive about that. You guys can fact check me or whatever. Okay, but maybe he's changed his mind and he's had an epiphany. I am all for politicians and people in the public realm to do that. I mean, people grow, they evolve and everything like that. But what I think Provis was saying, these guys are like most times they're for something before they're against it. And that's what I'm seeing is these guys. He's in MIT, he's like all crypto and everything like that. Now all of a sudden he wants, he's totally different. These guys are all scam artists. They're wherever wherever they're getting paid is where they're going to be. That's it. And they'll flip on a dime, or they run the party line. It's either Democrats are opposed to this and Republicans are for it, or other way around, and that's it. And when I look at most of these things when it comes to politics, I don't want you guys in crypto. I don't want politicians. I don't want the government. I don't want anybody. You secure our borders and our streets and stuff like that. Maybe make some roads and stay out of it. Stay out of all of it. Get out of it. Get out of people's way. Usually when things are going bad, it means the government's involved too much. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Brooklyn.
Yeah,
my audio now.
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, loud and clear, man. Loud and clear. Thanks for joining, man. What do you think of all of this?
I mean, it's funny. I can't. I'm getting feedback. Sorry, that's my son over here watching on his cell phone. Um, I think it's funny how one, he don't want to answer no questions, but also how, I mean, the guy said it. He said, but we oversee y'all. I mean, we 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 the ones in control, but you're not giving no definition to anything. So is it a security or commodity? Oh, which is it? And Gary just dumbfounded, like he don't want to say it, but he know he fucked up.
Mhm.
But he's just pressing. He's pressing it. It this is gonna be funny, man. Over the next few weeks, months, I think the issue is gonna it's not gonna go away. But Gary's definitely on his way out, man. Or something's gonna happen. I don't know what. I'm not in. I don't even I'm glad you put it up, but I'm gonna have to watch that whole video, man, so I can get a better
Yeah,
grasp
me
of
too. I'm gonna have to check
I,
that whole
exactly that
I,
video.
was said.
honestly, honestly, guys, I don't think getting rid of Gary Gensler is going to do anything. I think, just like Chris said, I think they're following the plan from the head honcho, and I believe that Biden is anti-crypto. I think if you expel Gary Gensler, Biden's just going to put in the next Gary Gensler.
Yeah, I think OBZ's right. I think that Trump could do that. He could sway people. I'm hearing feedback. Is it me? Is it me?
I'm not hearing any. Are you guys hearing any feedback?
Holy smokes!
Yeah, I hear feedback too. From and
Okay,
for
I'm
me
gonna go.
too.
But I'll try. I'll try to
Better.
get through this. It's like I'm talking to
Yeah.
myself repeatedly.
Yeah, that's you, Chris.
It's me. Can you hear me now? Looks like Kryptonian dropped off. Maybe it was him twice. Yeah, I don't hear anything now on my end.
Okay.
But I think this is true that Trump he could sway some votes being friendly and stuff like that. That's if Trump you don't need Trump to be, if he doesn't know about crypto. I mean, obviously he's making money off NFTs, so maybe he does now. But he was saying he thought that Bitcoin was a scam. Obviously, he doesn't know crypto. He doesn't know Bitcoin because it's not a scam.
Mhm.
So, if he is seriously looking at it and going, okay, crypto may be good. All right, that's great. But I mean, you never know. Trump next week could come out and say, Bitcoin's a scam. And you're like, oh, here we go again. But I mean, bottom line is, I mean, these politicians and stuff, they just go back and forth. But basically what it is, it's the media creates chaos. The politicians create chaos. And then and then we all sit around going, is crypto a scam or not? I mean, it's like every issue that's out there. They create chaos so that they control us. And they have a problem controlling crypto, so they try to create chaos. That's my feeling.
Yeah, look at this from Rob S. He said hand sanitizers were a security during COVID. People were buying it to sell at a profit, which they were.
Yeah.
So I know he's saying this tongue in cheek, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
I honestly, guys, I said like maybe a couple weeks ago on my show, I was like, we need a crypto party. Like, right? Like you got Democrats, you got Republicans, hell, you got even independents. We need a crypto party, right? We need a crypto party because that's what we need. We need pro crypto politicians on the same side. Not because right now you got crypto, pro crypto on the Democrat side, you got pro crypto on the Republican side. But guess what? They're so in their camps that they can't even agree on some crypto things because they're blue or red, and their party is making them stay blue, not to reach across the aisle, right?
Well, you would think that the Republicans would be the pro crypto, not because of their geniuses or anything like that, because Democrats always try to take care of people. Republicans want like people working, and they want that money. They want that money. That's what Republicans are about, and all their policies come from them getting more money. So you think that Republicans would be pro crypto so that they could get it out there and they can maybe tax it or get something, and they get more money in their hands and stuff like that. But even the regular Republicans and regular Democrats just don't make sense with their policies on crypto.
Chris,
I
I
get
promise
passionate
you.
about it. I mean, I get passionate about it because I think they're all BSing us. That's my problem. It's like you'll complain about crypto, but you know nothing about it. Same thing like when guns. You'll see politicians up there complaining about guns, but they know nothing about guns. And it's like learn about it, understand it, and speak from authority.
I love peanut butter. And Crypto says, if you think big government has our best interest in mind, he has some oceanfront property for sale in Idaho for you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like, yeah, guys, we're at the best time, but at the worst time, right? We're the worst where the U.S. government is not functioning really at all. Honestly, it's not functioning at all. But we have this innovative, you know, digital currencies, right? We got Bitcoin, and then we got everything else that's all coin, right? And we have the opportunity to do some great things, not just for, changing lives and wealth and stuff, but we're talking new technologies that's going to, shepherd us into the forefront of possibly a new generation of currency, right? Like, we may not have physical dollars at some point in the near future. Like, I can see that. Like, at the rate we're going right now, the rate that these nations and governments are putting out CBDCs, we might not have physical cash much longer. I really do believe that BS is going to get out of here, and we really do need the government to come, with some fair stuff. I mean, just for this stuff to work out for us, man. Like, I know we think we know it all when it comes to taxes and everything else, but at any point, man, they could change some stuff and make things a lot harder for everybody.
Yeah,
And
I'm all for limited authority. I think that they can have some limited authority, but I'm probably older than most people here, and I remember back in the day that our news cycle was you watch like the 6:30 news was like the prime time news, and government was only a few minutes of the news. It was stories from around the country about the people. The government is in the forefront of every single thing now, and
oh
that's
yeah,
not the way it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be in the background, and we all need to be talking about our individual rights and responsibilities. It wasn't like that when I was a kid. Now it's like, what's the government going to do today? It's another crisis. It's self-created drama that keeps people focused on the drama, not the real stuff.
mm-hmm.
And
Try to
I'm
keep
all
control.
for limited control, yeah, in some way. So if you want you want to have a central digital currency, great. That coincides with DeFi and other things. Yeah, okay. You want to go and take some money out. You got some money, earn some money. You want to put it into the Fed now or whatever. Okay, great. But not every wallet. Don't touch other people's wallets. Don't touch DeFi. Nothing like that. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I think it's all an
I see
illusion.
Kryptonian is trying to join, but Kryptonian it says on my side that devices aren't connected, like your devices are not connected. So I don't know if you're having some technical challenges there, but if you
Oh,
can
he's
try
probably
to
screaming at his phone right
Go
now.
ahead.
He's like, I got to call Chris out. Brooklyn knows. Brooklyn, he said something earlier today that I forgot about when Mello was talking about it, about the list that came out. Brooklyn put in the comments he would rather what'd you say about you'd rather run with lions than sheep?
Yeah, I would rather have 10 lions than 100 sheep, man.
Yeah,
It's all
that's a
about the
good comment.
quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
That's a good
projects,
comment.
and there's a lot of projects we don't know about. I mean, the list, it is what it is, but like Fowler said, man, I'm pretty sure it's just minor stuff too. A lot of people that probably didn't know they needed the logo, on their website, or the website wasn't looking right. And I don't think it's nothing major. They just couldn't get put on the first list. I mean, but over the next few days, I wouldn't be surprised of people popping up in the hyperverse thing too. Like, even if you read the big thing, like how Daniel Prado read it early inside the hyperverse Discord on the server, they were saying that, it just proved to be a challenge to, I guess, to some of the developers from the hackathon. but they're going to make a workaround for that. And them projects, they still there. They're just going to, guide them a little bit more and help them get on the rebase and blockchain, and hopefully make it a better transition to get on it so they could come out.
Yeah, I think, this is going to work out. We're all going to be better off for it. And I don't know if y'all have been watching Safe Food today. Has anybody been watching Safe Food? I mean, I had to take some profits. It was just
I'm glad you were taking profits because I was buying in. So
I had to take some profits. Well, I bought it at 16 cents a while back. So yeah, I had to take a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna watch that rise.
Yeah, well,
Kryptonian, are you
Sorry,
are you there, sir?
Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know what was happening with my phone, but I appreciate you guys being patient. It sounds like you guys moved on from the government regulation. If I can just make one last comment, if that's okay. I heard FTX brought up, FTX, if you guys know anything about what happened on FTX, there's a lot of information out there. Don't take my word for it. Never believe anything I say. Go do your own research. But look, FTX was absolutely, I wouldn't say regulated, but pseudo-regulated by the government. There was a lot of politicians dumping money into FTX and as well as superstars. So what you saw with FTX is what you're going to see if the government sticks their hand in DeFi. It's going to be a lot more of that stuff. Where's this guy at now? Oh, the Sam guy. Where's he in jail? Right? He's in the Bahamas. I think he's being home. He's under home arrest. Nothing's going to happen to the guy. I would be surprised. So nothing happened to most that get in the bed with politicians. So if you guys want regulation from the government, you will get it, and you will not be happy. You get no one. I mean, today was in the United States. Today was the last day to pay your taxes, and if you guys are getting a return, great. That means you paid a lot. If you get your return at either one, you paid a lot more than you should have, or you've got some sort of deductions that kind of help you get some money back or whatever it is. But I'm gonna tell you what, every tax year, it reminds me that tax is theft. The government has one role. They need to make sure there's no potholes that the vehicle that I buy that I paid too much for have to pay a gas tax, school tax, property. I mean, I can go on and on. You think I want them to even be close to anywhere close to DeFi, especially my Bitcoin? So, so the last thing I'll say about that is the government can stay the hell away as far as I'm concerned from DeFi. It can be self-regulated, and the only way that's going to happen is, and here's the problem. The problem with the I would say the investors in DeFi, the problem is not the scammers. It's not the bad actors. It's the communities that don't inform themselves. Education changes everything. So if you want to not get rugged or scammed, do your own research. That's the bottom line. Now, that doesn't mean it's guaranteed, because, of course, at the end of the day, these projects are going to be run in most cases by, a team of people. And, we know people, at the end of the day, we're all fallible. But it can be self-regulated if people get educated and don't just believe everything you hear. And just because somebody gets up on a YouTube channel and says everything's going to be great, nah, man, you gotta know that it's going to be great. Why? And everybody is all excited about this AI stuff, right? Well, AI can write code for you. It can write a Solidity contract for you. Well, it's pulling from proven some proven development. And I mean, I'm obviously I haven't done that, but I've heard so much about it. Everybody's all like excited about AI, right? And which I don't understand why, other than it makes us a lot more susceptible to being lazy and less innovative or whatever. So for one thing is we want computers, AI to do everything for us, and we want the government to come in and feed us. Man, that is not where I want to be in society. And to me, blockchain is the last frontier before we all become peasants and slaves. If you want to be a slave, and I'm talking about to the financial system that we already are, let the government come in and regulate, because it ain't going to be in our favor. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be, oh, you can't, you bought way Kryptonian. Your carbon footprint is a little over the limit, so you can't buy bread today. I can't buy baked bread, as I said the other night. But the point is, guys, I do not want government anywhere near this stuff. I can't buy. That's all I can say about that.
I hear that. And speaking of, today is the glorious day of last day of tax day, right? I mean, this is the official day of tax day for those of us in the United States.
The official theft day.
Yeah.
the
Do
theft
with
day.
that information what you will.
Yeah, oh, it's theft day,
Information
sure.
what you will.
Public
We've
service
got Provis in
announcement
the
by
building.
Noah.
What's up, Provis? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you, and thank Biz for the invite. What's up, brothers? How y'all
Yeah,
doing?
man. Doing
Well,
good,
What's up?
man. We see you, the man, the myth, the beard.
Here.
there it is.
Got that silver in that beard, boys.
Yeah, I was out riding a little bit, so well, not a little bit. I've been riding a lot. So,
That's your wind protection.
yeah, exactly.
That's exactly why I grew my beard like 10 years ago. It's like I was riding on my bike going, no.
Actually,
I gotta get me a beard.
Actually, I keep it covered.
I know four of you guys. I know four of you guys ride bikes. So, Fowler, you ride bikes?
Nah, bro. I'm too much of a pussy to actually get on the deal. I didn't want to say. I'm trying to keep
He's
it
too much of
Nah,
a gamer.
Yeah, shit. Hey, man,
right,
nah,
right,
trust me, man.
exactly. The only time I'm getting on the bike is the one in the arcade. The arcade.
Yeah.
You get on top.
Yeah,
you
he's
get
one
like
hell of
bike.
a ride on a bike on the gaming aspect.
That's where I started.
Oh, did you start with that one that was you'd stand on or whatever? Is that how you learn how to ride, dude?
Nah, man, I used to play Excite Bike on the Nintendo. You guys are way too young for that.
Oh, you didn't even see. You're just sitting on your couch learning how to.
I was looking at it saying, I'm gonna do that one day.
That's funny. That's funny. So, Provis, what's going on with you, man?
Not much, man. Just trying to keep up on stuff, and I still got a lot of catching up I got to do just from the day, just from the Gary Gensler, or AKA Mr. Burns from the Simpsons.
Yeah, Mr. Burns. Yep.
I see that too, man. The way he makes his looks and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, this straight. I can't believe the Simpsons didn't do a show about this guy.
Oh man,
They probably did.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised.
That's a good one, though.
Because you know the Simpsons always be ahead of the times on different stuff, so you never know. It may be. I'm sorry, Kryptonian.
No, it probably is him. We just don't know yet.
Right.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Right.
They're all lizard people, man.
Yeah. But no, man, that dude's a goon. And he's got his band of goons with him. I can't stand him. Every time I see his little beady ass eyes, I just want to go somewhere and poke him out. Him along with Janet Yellen, she's no better. And now, more so, here recently, Elizabeth Warren. They just,
oh God.
Number one, like I said earlier, a lot of times they're for something before they are against it. And the reason why they end up becoming against something or changing their take or their narrative and be against something is because the people will embrace it. What has happened to crypto? When you got Gary Gensler years ago, who was promoting different cryptos at MIT, and fast forward to where we are today, and this dude, is all against crypto. When you got crypto companies specifically asking for regulation, and they never provide it, and then they turn around and flip the script back on them, and try and charge them with something. Well, I'm so glad. Who was it yesterday? They clapped back at the whole SEC at this whole charge. They clapped back at them. I can't remember who it was, what crypto company it was.
The Coinbase.
Was it Coinbase?
Yeah, they were like they're basically threatening to leave the United States because that's what they were talking about when McHenry was talking about giving them what notice is that called when they send
a Wells notice.
A Wells
notice.
Yeah. So that was Coinbase. It was like we'll just leave the United States because they're saying that's what it comes about. Is it a commodity or a security?
No, Chris, it was Bittrex. That's who it was. It was Bittrex.
Yeah, and that was actually I think Confirmant did an article on that.
Yeah. I didn't see the article, but it was Bittrex, and it's just ridiculous that and these companies have gone through this time and time again asking for specific regulations, and they don't provide it, and then they turn around and try to charge them with bullshit. You know, they did it with Kraken, and you know they done it with numerous others, and you know it's basically obviously XRP, right? You know, and it's just no basis behind what they're doing, and that's why I don't know if you saw it earlier, Mela. I sent a link, a YouTube link in there, and I saw earlier today where the way this senator or whoever that legislator was, the way he started out, he told Gensler right off the bat. He said, "All I'm asking for is yes or no answers. That's all I'm asking for." And he burned his ass up. That I think it was like a 5-minute clip, 5 minute and 30-second clip. I had posted it in the comments earlier.
Yeah, we watched that. We watched that for
without
a bit.
the stoplight.
Yeah.
Freaking hate those vanilla ass answers, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was a straight yes or no.
Simple yes or no. Simple yes or no. You know, then we can move on. Yeah. I hate to tell
Providence,
you. It's a politician too, man.
You're exactly right on that article. I went to Conferment's page and I pulled it up. I put it on. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. You're exactly right. That is true.
Pull it up real quick.
I thought it was corn based.
Give me a second. Get to that.
And you know, I'm so glad that actually the powers that be at Bitrix are clapping back, because it's exposing them. All the ABC agencies, it's exposing them for what they really are. That they're bullshit. They're all bullshit.
Yeah, man. They're basically the government's propaganda machine. I mean,
that's exactly what. Yes.
I mean, this has nothing to do with left or right or red or blue. This is straight up. Let's talk about the way of life. They controlling the money, you know, and it's all about the information we get, right?
You know, Daniel made a comment, and I know you want to read this, Mel. Daniel made a comment a couple of weeks ago, and he said that they aren't gonna mess with crypto. And it's simple. And I'm paraphrasing here. The reason why is because both sides are in crypto, whether they choose to admit it or not. And when you get millionaires, and this is what Prado said, when you get millionaires and billionaires that have money invested in a space, hey, they either get with the program or they lose support. That's the bottom line. They aren't going to mess with crypto, and I hope they do fire Gary Gensler ass. I hope they fire Janet Yellen and whoever else his band of goons are.
So Prelvis, I think it was Fowler, and he's back on, that mentioned if Gary gets fired, Biden's just going to put another Gary in place.
And he will because Biden will, and I agree with you there. You know, but at least we'll have some type of break in all this drama that's going on. Hopefully.
Who was it that asked it? If I think it was you, Chris. Trump. You know, you guys know how I feel about Trump. You know, I'm not a fanboy, but I like the fact that he's billionaire because I like that type of mindset. You know, he's an entrepreneur, but he did call Bitcoin a scam. So he's in my book. So basically, my point is, if he were to win the next election, for damn sure.
No, Kryptonian, I think you're wrong on that. I think you're wrong on that because
he alone.
No, because Trump sold. That's the second time he's done those NFTs that like he did today. That take it back for just 1 second. Donald Trump posted on another social media platform about his NFTs. He said he was never going to post anywhere else but True Social. So he took NFTs. He posted on another platform. He was on Instagram or whatever, and I think Facebook. But he posted on another platform his NFTs, and they sold out. So if you think Trump is all about money, he just made a ton of money, and he's probably turning crypto friendly, I think.
He did come out. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Krypton.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I mean, after the comment about Bitcoin was long before he came out with the NFTs. He may be turning the corner here.
Well, he's got to.
But he
If you
did.
think about the way that Trump has been most of his life, man, he's about the dollar. He's about money. He loves the dollar.
Of course.
The physical dollar. And when he makes money, he's all in. And that's what I'm saying is he might be the only one that might have a reasonable take on crypto because of the fact that he sold NFTs twice. They sold out, and he's like, wait, maybe this crypto thing's okay.
Yeah, but hold on, time out. Let me stop you right there. That first set of NFTs that were done by Trump, it wasn't. I don't give a shit what nobody says. That dude is not smart enough to put together any NFTs, and sell them on the open market. Right? He's not smart enough to do that. Let's just get that out the way right now. So he hired somebody to put those NFTs out there, and that first set of NFTs were something having to do with his wife, right?
No, I think she did a separate one. I think Melania has done NFTs to, like, what was she trying to save the wilderness or something? I don't know. But I thought she did some charity one. But the ones that he did, he doesn't know anything about it. But when the guy that created it and they sold it, they used his name and everything, brought Trump the check, and he's like, wait, you got this from NFTs on the internet? What is this? And he did it for a second time and made the money. Trump doesn't have anything to do with it. He just puts his name on it.
Right. He just puts, and that's what I was about to say, to add to that, he's just putting his name on it, just like he plastered his names on the side of that fucking helicopter, his building, the airplane, all that shit, right? It's a publicity thing,
Right.
and when I think one of the NFTs, he had a damn cape on with an S on his chest and shit like that. That's why Kryptonian has that fucking S with his symbol.
I thought of Kryptonian when I saw that Superman looking.
I actually bought.
So
one
was it the Kryptonian logo?
Yeah, it's Kryptonian logo.
Yeah, it's a Trump logo, but he reminds me of like the old Superman and Kryptonian and everything. I was like, oh no.
Hey, I had mine first, man. I'm the last son of Krypton here, man. Capital C. I'll be the last man. I'll be the last man standing.
You need to change your slogan to "Son of Trumponian."
Uh-oh.
Son of Trumponian. Is that a T? Nah, man, that's not a T in my crest there, man. But he you guys got a good point, Chris. I mean, he saw.
That's Rob. Look at the comment on the screen. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
And the media is going to they'll hate NFTs because everything Trump does, the media is the opposite. So they're going to hate NFTs. And the average person, that whether you love Trump or not, are going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. NFTs, what are these? And they're
I can make money with these.
Yeah. And then now other politicians are going to be like, wait, I can make an NFT and finance my whole campaign. See, that's what I'm saying is then Trump sees this. He doesn't have anything to do with it. He just says, yeah, my NFTs. He has no idea what an NFT is. But when the guy that sold them all brings him the check and he made money off it, he's now a supporter.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And when whoever this guy is, he needs to put those NFTs on the Vulcan blockchain, by the way.
Yeah.
So the challenge I have with Trump doing the NFT, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here again.
Here we go, Kryptonian again.
Oh,
well, hear me out. Hear me out. So the problem I have with Trump doing the NFTs, and obviously, I agree. I mean, we all know that he didn't cut the code. Someone brought him the check. Someone advised him, so he did it. He got money. And you guys mentioned it. One of you guys said, I think it was you, Chris. When a politician realizes, wow, I can actually finance my entire campaign with just crypto, with DeFi. Holy shit! And this is what happens. And then when all these politicians start doing that, left and right. Then the politicians say, no, we can't allow that. We can't allow this party to be raising this much if we can't raise it over here. We got to regulate. You're opening a door for the government, another door for the government to have a reason to come in like a freaking, like the saviors that they want to be, because politicians, Trump became president because he went into the dark web and sold NFTs, blah, whatever they say. My point is that I see it as another door for them to invite them to the table. I don't want them at my table because I just had to send them money today you know, they're not invited. Pay my taxes, and so that's probably why I'm a little salty today, man.
Sky High says it right there in that comment. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Trump hates the government hates crypto. There you go.
Yep. And I'm feeling your Kryptonian. I'm feeling some type of way myself. I have to do my taxes today.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that shit. Okay.
Oh, I know you know, bro.
That's why
I'm among friends.
Hey, Promise. Whenever you fire your job, man, the taxes you really pay attention to taxes, brother. You know what I'm talking about? It is like, God dang.
Hey, shit, who you telling? I know that.
I know you know.
I'm still feeling fucked from 2 years ago.
Hell yeah, man. Oh,
shit. Man. Brooklyn, you feeling it too, huh?
Reach around or nothing.
Yeah, it's with the properties and stuff I own, man. I guess no tax write-off, but yeah, the government. I need them to give me my 40 acres and a mule so I can have some tax write-offs on this shit.
Hell yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is right there, man. A couple chickens, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, man.
It's funny Kryptonian mentions chickens. Our neighbors to our rear, they just put 2 goats on their property.
There it is.
And I hadn't talked to him about it, but I'm pretty sure I know why he did that. So he can, claim farm use, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of trying to do the same thing. I mean, taxes are they're eating us alive over here. It's crazy.
Man. It's not going away.
What part of Dallas? Well, you might not want to say it here. I was asking what part of Dallas you in.
I will say I live close to Midlothian. If you're familiar with that area.
Yeah.
Like right.
Oh, so Mello, you up in Texas?
Yeah, I am.
I thought I recognized that accent. What's up?
Yeah,
y'all?
I say y'all a lot. So that's
same here. Me, probably. I mean, I know Providence from Texas, but I knew right away. That's cool.
Preval's is a transplant. He wants to try to deny that he's a Texan, but he's a Texan.
Oh, he's
I'm a Texan. Well, hell, I've been here since 06. So yeah, I'm a Texan.
Oh, you're a Texan, bro. You're right. You're riding Harleys. You ride Harleys with a beard, man. Welcome to Texas. That is the way it goes. I just bought a Harley and I'm growing a beard. So I don't know. I don't know what that's about, man. I can't help it.
Sky High says, Kryptonian, you need an aluminum hat.
What, for the aliens? For the aliens?
Yeah, I guess so.
Aliens are fake, man. I don't believe in that shit.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I gotta catch up on that alien thing, man. Too many people have been referring to it, and I have no idea what y'all was talking about.
Hey, by the way, Kryptonian, I wanted to join you guys the other night. I was coming back from Buddha. I just picked up my truck. My truck is a diesel and it's loud. And I
I saw that in the comments that you're like, yeah, I can't. I'm driving. I can.
Yeah.
Well, brothers, we're gonna be doing that show again tomorrow, right, Chris? So you're more than welcome. Anybody's welcome to jump on. We're gonna talk about everything.
I got my blood pressure's good, man. I'm good to go. I am ready to go toe to toe with Kryptonian.
Hey, Chris, we gotta have a truce, man.
You guys are having a debate, huh?
Actually, I'm not sure where it started, but Kryptonian was. I think everybody. It was Pride, right? Pride was talking about he believed in aliens or whatever, and then man, it just opened the floodgates everywhere, and Kryptonian was arguing with everybody about it.
all I said they were fake, and everybody was sending me pictures. Pride sent me a picture of a painting that he bought of an alien. I'm like, bro, but that's not an alien; it's a painting of an alien. And, I mean, come on, man.
What'd you say? We got to do a truce?
That was Pride's evidence that aliens exist. Was a painting.
Yeah. No, he was just sent it to me to troll me, man. But Pride's cool like that.
What kind of truce are you talking about, Kryptonian? I ain't got no. I ain't ready to be on no negotiating table. What truce do you want?
Hey, we're not gonna be cutting each other off. You're not gonna be throwing me backstage. I ain't gonna be throwing you backstage.
You know what? Though, on that my StreamYard, so you got to send me your email because I got the other stuff. But because I'll make you one, and you know what? We'll just sit here and cut each other off all night long.
I'll text you when I get to the house, bro. I promise.
What time is that show? I got to make sure I watch that.
It's gonna start about 7:30 Central.
Tomorrow?
If that's okay. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
About the same time we
7:30
started our
Texas time, right? Kryptonian?
Texas time.
Yeah.
That's
Not
right.
Central, it's Texas time.
Texas
Yeah, that-
time. Yeah, the right time. Yeah, everybody else trying to
Exactly.
catch
No,
up.
it's 8:30 is the right time. You just
Well, I
don't
like
know
to
how
say
to
it.
tell time.
You guys are either behind or trying to catch up, man. You got to be where we're at, brother.
Yep.
No. I think you got it wrong. We're ahead of you, and you're trying to catch up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how y'all doing out there being ahead of us? What was that?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. I was born
I
in
know
a
you are.
trailer. I was born in a trailer. I'm living large now. I'm doing pretty good living out here ahead of you.
I don't even know why I said that to you, Chris. You're the wrong guy to say that to.
That's
I
funny.
don't know too much about you already. You're doing damn good.
Yeah. I'm living
No,
large, man. That's all I can say.
It's gonna be fun, guys. We're gonna talk about whatever. We're just gonna keep it light, keep it fun. I mean, obviously, it's been a very serious week with all the news and with everything in crypto and in life. And today was tax day. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the government. I'm gonna bring my as far as Sky High. I'll bring my tinfoil hat, I guess. I'm just kidding, man. But that's a lot of fun. I love talking conspiracies. I like to know what other people think. Because at the end of the day, we're all human, man. We have our own opinions, and I want to know what everyone thinks and why they think it. So it makes life interesting.
One thing I want to know about what you think, Kryptonian. I don't know that I heard you on any other lives today. What are your thoughts on the project list?
The projects
for
Vulcan.
Vulcan. Yeah, I think there's about 10 projects that have been published.
Yeah, 10 projects. I mean, I'm right there where Prado was. It was very underwhelming. I surely thought. I mean, I wasn't expecting 100 projects. I don't think none of us were, but I was certainly expecting at least 20. Maybe. And you guys know that NR and I, we have a few projects that we want to bring to Vulcan as well. And why weren't we on the list? Well, we're waiting for Gamma. That's what we're waiting for. We want to see testnet. We want to see the team figure out the rebasing and the flex pool and all that stuff before we even bring our devs to the table, because it costs money to do that. So we're just waiting on them, But to your question, it is what it is. I already knew about the projects. I mean, they've been in the community for the last few months. So, but they have the reasons why they did it, and we'll see what happens when Gamma hits, and hopefully things change. But we'll see.
Gotcha.
But then
same question to you, Previs. What are your thoughts on it?
So I didn't. That's why I said earlier. I'm playing catch up. I want to go back and watch Daniel's live, but and I didn't know Daniel said that what Kryptonian just mentioned. But my thoughts were kind of the same as far as. I mean, I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ungrateful. I'm glad to see projects there. We have some substance, right? But I was expecting to see a whole hell of a lot more than what was released today. Now, I'm pretty sure they have a lot more in their wings or whatever to come, and I'm just hoping that is the case in the very near future. And I think Greek was saying it earlier. I did catch Greek's show, or not show, but his video earlier today, that they may have some more projects in the wings here in the next few days that they will be releasing. I'm hoping that's the case. So, yeah, I thought it should have been more, but who am I?
Yeah, and I'm kind of wondering, like, if there's I said this earlier, if there are other projects that are kind of following a similar approach that Kryptonian and NR are with theirs, right? They're waiting for Gamma before
that may
they
be true.
Do some testing before they
yeah,
put their name on the list,
right?
And
we have our developers that we work with. These guys are this is what they do for a living. Obviously, we hope that they do, but no, I mean, they're building on blockchains all over the space. And so they're not all of, usually when they're going to build on the chain, they already have access. We, as a project, those that want to build on a chain, like I can go to any other chain, go to Cosmos right now, go to GitHub, and I can literally, basically get what I need to develop a contract to. And the Vulcan team right now is so secretive about it that for whatever reason, obviously they're trying to hold their cards close to the chest, whatever, I get it. But so it's not us, it's them. You know what I mean? And I say that respectfully.
I think we lost you.
We lost Kryptonian.
Yeah, I think we
need from them to
Oh,
take a look at it and go from there.
hey, bro,
Yeah, we
you
kind of lost your mid sentence there. It kind of cut out, but I think we get the gist of what you were saying. So you're
I
working
think
with
I think the
professional devs, and they want to make sure that they have a solid blockchain to build on.
right.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing, though. I think that list was a good thing. I think we're reading way too much into it. That's the first list that came out. I think I think it's a good list. We can go through that stuff. We can see it. I think it was underwhelming and everything. My first impression of it, but I kind of like it because of the fact that they weren't just throwing anybody up there. These devs had to have certain information and everything like that. And I think there are a ton of them, just like what Fowler was saying, a ton of them that are super excited because now they know what the criteria is and what they need to do, and they can easily complete that list. So I think there's a bunch of them that are out there, and I think I always thought that Binance launched with 25 projects or something like that, but I think in the chat today it was 15. So okay, so we got 10 of them that are out there. We can research them. We got time to look into them, do some AMAs with them, do some videos on them, things like that. And then that list could be double by next week because they're like Kryptonian. There could be a lot of projects that are out there that are ready, they wanted to know what the criteria was and they're ready to go. So I thought it was a good list for me to start on now. Hopefully, if that's the only list that we have for 6 months, I'm like, no. But
I don't think this is going to be the only list. I don't think this is going to be the only list. Sky High, I was thinking the same earlier that, some of those projects may be keeping quiet just to keep their ideas from being stolen, right? Their project ideas from being stolen, intellectual property kind of stuff. You don't know who has like NDAs and all that kind of jazz that's going on. So, I'm still thinking that, there's more to that 10. We just don't know about it. And we may start learning more about it over the next couple of days. But to your point, though, Chris, about, having 10 and being able to research 10, I agree with you on that too. Like, I'm still behind on the last 2 weeks of everything that's been happening in Vulcan, trying to keep up with Uxie. And then we've got Esgo that's, coming up and looking at all the strategies for it. And I'm trying to dust off, some research I was doing about a year ago on arbitrage, because I really want to try to arbitrage on Esgo. Right. So, there is just so much going on, just so much going on that having a list of, 20, 30 plus projects and even trying to do research on top of that, it's a full-time job at that point. So
and Daniel had 2 of them on there today in his live. I know Cosmic Force. I think I thought the guy's name was Steve, but his name's Steve. Now I didn't know a whole lot about it. Now it's on the list, and it's part of not my job, but what I was looking for. Now I'm going to go research Cosmic Force. So that's what I'm saying is this list is good. And I, like Richard's saying, 10 per week would be that would kind of put me behind, but if that's what it's going to be, that's what I'll do. But I wanted the opportunity to get some research into these guys. I'll keep up with the list, but I think it's a good thing. But my first reaction was that, oh man, only 10, what the heck, but
yeah. So question for you guys. So when you're doing your research into these projects, what are some of the key things that you're looking for? So Chris, what would be, not to put you on the spot, but what are some of the things that are attractive to you when you are researching a project?
Well, the usual things, I would think, like white paper, things like that, different projects, how I feel about them too. And it is truly just a feeling. The web pages, I always research who owns the web pages and when they were created, that kind of thing. If this is something that they were created a year ago and they've just been moving, they've been changing it around and stuff, that is a warning sign with me. I don't want to be a part of anything like that. So if you want to maybe a little bit of advice, if you're going to start a new project, start a new web page, don't have the old one recycled that you've had for a couple of years, because that, to me, it's like, man, have you been making crypto and you just recycle your web pages? But those types of things, white papers, tokenomics, very important, taxes, tokenomics, all that. And I also, that goes back to the feeling. Do I want to be a part of this? And then I'll check out their Discords and stuff like that. But those Discords, Telegrams are very subjective, because I'll go into like maybe our Discord and we'll have an afternoon of fudders there, and if I went in for the first time and I read all that stuff, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to be a part of this project, but then I'm missing out. I could make serious money. So, I don't want to do that. So those are the things that I kind of look for. And, the overall feeling, I mean, some of these projects like Cosmic Force and stuff like that, I'm very interested in some of these things. That I would say 6 of the ones that are on there, I'm very, very interested in. And not even counting NR and the Crypto Lead and ARM and all that stuff and Prism Chain and everything. Those are great. And then Daniel's talking about a worldwide thing, so I'm very interested there. And I'm even more bullish than any of those about Fowler stuff. So it's like, I got things I got to do. But with Fowler's, I'm pretty much like, take my money.
Yeah. And I wanted to bring this question up because I don't know who out there that may be watching any of our streams, mine, yours, Brooklyn's. I think, you guys are broadcasting. If we have any new joiners to the community that are watching this, or if they come back and watch this, just would like for you all to give your thoughts on some things to look out for, not to tell them what to do necessarily, and not, and not to tell them how to think, but, or what to think rather, but kind of how to think about research. Because we always say, do your own research. But I kind of have a hunch, just based on some of the comments I've seen in Discord, a lot of people really don't know how to research. Mm-hmm. They really don't. And I think it's someone said it earlier that an uneducated investor is can be very harmful to a project, right? And would just like to get you guys' thoughts on, what is it that you're looking for, and to hope to might maybe, give some people out there that may not know how to research or want to just figure out how to kind of hone in on building their research strategy. Give them something to start off with. And Kelly Productions has one. He says he looks for a roadmap and how they go about delivering on the roadmap, potential partnerships, if they're doxed, experienced in blockchain and tokenomics. And I think doxing is really, really, really important. I learned that doxing is extremely important.
Yep. So, I didn't know what I just assumed everybody was doxed everywhere. I didn't even know. I was like, you're not doxed? What do you mean? But that was before. But now I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I mean, I got nothing to hide, but I can see that if you're not doxing, you got something to hide. That's what I think now, but it may not be the case. You just might not want people to know what you look like, or I don't know.
Yeah, Chris.
I've been in a really bad project, and the project that has hurt me the most, that team was not doxed.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think that Kelly Productions talking about that. I think that I would move that up on my list. I'm assuming that these guys and girls in these projects, whatever, they're doxed. So, I just think that I would think that would turn me off right away. I would be like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with it. So,
Provis, what are your thoughts?
So, I do this a lot within our crypto education community already. So first and foremost, one of the first things I look for is real world value, right? So what inconvenience are they conveniencing? What are they doing to better something? The difference between innovation and creativity, right? Are they creating something, recreating the wheel? You can't recreate something that's already there, right? What technology are they making better? Along with Kelly Production said, he was spot on in everything he said. Now you can go down a deep rabbit hole when it comes to doxing, right? And I've been down some deep ass rabbit holes. And what I mean by that, I know some people, it was a comment that was in the comment earlier, and I was like this too, and you just alluded to it too, Mella. When, you know, if I come across a project and they have up some damn pixelated picture or some cartoonish picture up there, I'll move the hell on. I don't even want to deal with it. But that's only because I've learned my lesson early, right? And if a project, if they are afraid to put their faces on something that they stand by, then that makes, I'm looking at them side eye, right? Most times I won't even look at the project, right? So if they, let's say they are docs, they have their pictures up there, their names or whatever, their you know, what their history in blockchain, you know, what their experience is in blockchain tech and stuff like that, then I'll start to dig deeper. I want to see their LinkedIn page. I want to see, you know, what other companies that they've been involved with, you know, in relation or how it correlates to crypto and to blockchain technology, right? I want to know all this stuff. And I guess, you know, I'm one of those people, you know, part of one of my personality traits is I want to give me everything. I want to know everything, you know, and sometimes that can be dangerous too, because I can have all this information. Oh, he fucked up at this company, you know what I mean? But I may not know all the details of what happened with that company. It could have been someone that he was affiliated with. It couldn't have been his or her fault at that company. So just that whole doxing thing, you can go deep with it, you know, as far as what individual companies they were a part of, and you know, and then moving on from there. Obviously the tokenomics, and like I go back to what I was saying before, you know, what inconvenience are they conveniencing? What problem are they fixing? What problem are they solving? You know, that's what I want to know, because anytime you add something that has real world value to it, people are going to pay attention. Hey, I can use that. I can benefit from that. You know, that's why I like, you know, Vulcan so much, because, you know, when you think about what bars, you know, when you think about the acronym of bars, you know, blockchain automatic revenue sharing, you know, what other blockchain, you know, that's out there right now that you can make profits off of if you're not just holding? I know there's a few out there, but those few don't offer all the mechanisms that Vulcan intends to have. So, you know, and like I say, you can go down a very, very deep rabbit hole when you're dealing with doxing projects, or you know, just researching projects. And trust me, I burnt way past the midnight oil just staying up and just researching projects for people that are within our community and giving them a full, you know, detailed report on it, you know, a couple days later. You know, it can be time consuming, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's your money, and you want to make sure that you're getting the bang for your buck.
And then
Rob S has got a comment here. If a project is trash, I look at hype. You know, he's looking at Esgo is not trash, but we're all jumping in because of the hype. We know 100% if we're if we're the first ones to get in, we're going to be making profit. And I agree with Rob S on that. But one of the other things that intrigues me about not just Esco, but Vulcan, Uxie, everything since Seifu that Brian and his teams come up with, I'm a technology geek. So I like innovation. If it's something that's innovative, it hasn't been done before, you're going to get my attention. Now, but that's me. That's not for everybody, right? But, you know, I also want to be able to trust that the team can deliver what it is that they're claiming that they can do to drive and build and produce that innovation. So, you know, I think, you know, again, I support Vulcan blockchain. I think we're headed in the right direction. I trust that the team's going to pull this thing off. I'm excited about Esco because, you know, of the AI component of it. right? I mean, that really, the AI component, the derp, it's teaching me a lot about other areas of crypto, other areas of investing that me personally I haven't really looked into. So, I'm a knowledge seeker type of person. So I'm kind of like you in a way, Prelvis. I'm going to get as much information as I can. I may not be able to go through all of it, but at least I have it and I can go and reference it when I need to. But I'm, just looking at comments and look in Discord. I don't really get active in Discord that much, but I'm seeing names that are popping up that I haven't seen before or I haven't seen often. And the level of questions that they're asking, like, the difference between a coin and a token, right? That kind of stuff, right? So, it's those kind of things that kind of, makes me think, okay, as being part of this community, what can we do better to at least give those folks some nuggets on what they could start as far as their research journey is concerned? Not telling them how to go about it, doing it, and they don't necessarily have to look at it the way that I'm looking at it, or yourself or Chris or others, but at least give them somewhere to start. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean, crypto education is key, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It pays to be crypto educated.
Kryptonian man, what would you like to share, if anything at all, on some things that folks that may be watching, listening, who are new to Vulcan, are interested in Vulcan, as far as getting some research under their belt on the blockchain in the projects within it?
Yeah, and I'll even do kind of a broad stroke, not just Vulcan, but just crypto itself. So I think the original question was, or at least the root question for me that I heard was, what do I do when it comes to do my own research? Because I say all the time, you go to my profile on Twitter and it's inspect what you expect, always do your own research or do your own research. Right. And what I mean by that is, and it's basically what everybody's saying up here. I like how Chris kind of laid it out, because now I know why he and I get along so well, because I do the same thing. And obviously doxing is super important to me, but I want to know who the team is, not just their faces, but I want to know what projects they've been a part of. I'm going to go and I'm going to begin to do what I can to find as much information that's available out there regarding what projects they've been a part of, the success of the projects. Have they failed? Why did they fail? Have they been successful? As much as I can, right? Whatever's available. I'm also going to go to the socials, if they have a Discord, website, YouTube channel, whatever it is. Are there influencers talking about the team, not necessarily the project? There's going to be breadcrumbs out there on just about everyone. So when it comes to the website, I'm going to go look to see who has it registered. Is it registered in some, is it registered by some sort of I don't know, Nigerian prince, that's trying to send me money. I want to know who owns that website, where it's hosted, to the best of my ability. And as Chris said, what changes have been made. I'm going to check the white paper, and when I check the white paper and the website and on the socials, I'm very meticulous. I'm going to proof it. I'm going to send it. I'm going to have one of my someone in my office. They're going to probably be looking for keywords, and I would say when I say proof it, I'm going to be looking for misspellings and typos and stuff. Because if you're going to take the time, if you want me to take the time to do the research, I'm going to expect you to take the time to do everything you possibly can to bring excellence to me. You know what I mean? Because you want my money at the end of the day. You want me to invest in this thing. So I look at everything, everything. And there are some things that you're not going to be able to know, like, who. Maybe this is their first project. Maybe this is the first time they've gotten into crypto. Well, great. What are you doing before crypto? Right? How can I find out more about you? And just because you show your picture, I want to hear this guy get out there and talk. I want to know how he thinks, what he thinks about, what motivates him, because those are the types of things that are gonna, I'm gonna see how he acts under pressure when he's being interviewed. Is he going to be straightforward? Is he gonna be political? Because those types of things are gonna like. So what's that? Yeah, there you go.
He's going to give you the Gary Gensler response.
That's right. Because at the end of the day, because we already know, it's Murphy's Law. When something's going to go wrong, it always does. How are you going to react to that? And so I look at. So I guess for me, not all have the time or the resources to do that much due diligence. but I try to look at everything. And you guys are going to find out. You let's say you like what you see up front, but over time you begin to realize, yeah, maybe there wasn't enough information for me before I even got vested, but I did anyways. At the end of the day, it's your choice. It's onus. No one's putting some sort of under duress. You're not under duress when you get into these projects. Personal responsibility. So so at the end of the day, I mean, you just have to just trust yourself, trust your judgment, and and if you're not in Discord, you're not on their socials, you got to get in there, because you can find a lot out. You can find out a lot about people that have been in the project for a long time. Where the developers come from, and the team leads. I mean, there's just so much to look into. It sounds overwhelming because I think we're so used to, we can go to Walmart, man, see something on a shelf, I like it looks nice and flashy, I pull it, it looks cheap, I'm buying it. But we're talking about crypto, which is actually it's a technical marvel. You know what I mean? It's amazing, the opportunities that it brings. It can truly be a transfer of wealth if you know what you're doing and you don't get wrapped up, with all the bad actors. So I look at everything, guys, everything, and I'm always looking. I never get to a point, and this is the last thing I'll say. I never get to a point where like, oh, I know all I need to know. I'm watching this project, the team, every day, and I've always got my finger on the button to do what? To pivot, right? We all got to pivot. We already know that.
Yep.
So, but yeah, so I look at everything, guys. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, I appreciate that, Kryptonian. And Brooklyn, I don't know if you heard the question.
Yeah, I heard the question. And pretty much what all you guys said, man. I look at everything from the people, the the websites. Like Provis said, man, I don't invest in anything with them fake little avatars and the Roblox people in their faces. Red flag for me, man. The community too. I try to interact with the community and in all parts of social media, whether it be on Facebook, if they got Telegram, Discord, Twitter too, because they got a lot of projects out there that'll still be scanned, but they could buy 10,000 followers. You go to the Discord, there's nobody there, there's no chat, there's just everybody just saying hello, 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 hello. I mean, when I do my research, man, I more or less, my main thing is interacting with the community. No matter what they are, I want to see what they're talking about, how they feel about the project, even the fudders. I got to take everything into consideration if somebody had the project before, and I have to base what I want to spend my money on the fact that I have. If it's too risky, how much share they're going to be, with the between the team and how, what type of ecosystem are you going to have? I like to get into stuff that's going to have like an ecosystem, and the white paper, it got to be on point too. And just like how Kryptonia said, man, it's just little things that a lot of people might not pick up on, but if you got a team of people, there's no reason why you should be having typos inside your white paper. I mean, it happens, okay, but I mean that's a red flag for me. It's just like, if you can't even take the time, to get the typo right, why should I spend my money on that? If you're not going to put the effort in, why should I put the effort in, man? But everything that you guys said up there, I mean, it's simple, but just be careful. Um, the community is my big thing, man. It don't matter. I speak to everybody, and I don't join a lot of their communities if I'm interested, because I want to see how they act towards me on the outside too. And then if I don't get no response, the project is probably a fluke. They got 10,000 followers, and yeah, they on Twitter, they got Discord, they got a few hundred people, few thousand people, but this it just popped up out of nowhere, man. Popped up out of nowhere. I'm checking your website. You just made it last month, but you got followers, just for a few days, but you launching in the next week or so. I mean, no, that don't make no damn sense to me. It's like you said, if it's a project that's piggybacked on something else and there's another community, but the community should still be there when the project advances, or crosses over, it does whatever the hell it does, the community should still be there. And if they not, red flag, man. They don't invest your money inside. Scammers are smart, man. I mean, I think I'm pretty smart, but scammers are smart, man. They'll find a way to help you part from your hard earned money, and you just got to be
Yes, they
smart and
will.
do your own research. And if you don't know what to do, keep your money in your pocket, man. There's always going to be new opportunities out there, man. You're not missing out on anything except your money.
Nope.
That was those are wise words right there.
Yeah.
Wise,
Can I say
wise
something?
words.
I like what you said, Brooklyn. When you said about the typos, the way I look at it is, if you want me to throw $100 in your project, you could at least throw $100 and hire a freaking editor, man, proof that page. You know what I mean? And then the other thing about scammers, look, we're normal everyday people, right? You know, we're middle class, trying to get middle class. We're trying to get up to the elite, right? We're trying to make that crypto gain. But until that happens, guys, we're working every day. Well, not Provis gets to ride motorcycles all day, but everybody else got to work, right? So we have all day all we're doing is working, trying to take care of our families. You know, I'm an IT guy, I'm in cybersecurity and all that. I mean, they have all day to work on 100 ways to Sunday to rip you off.
Yep.
Yeah. So while you're sitting there working, supporting your family, they're coming up with 100 ways to rip you off. Yep. So they got time they got all the time in the world. We don't, which is why, you know, we kind of were like, how can someone fall for something? Because people aren't like, you don't really learn until you get scammed or rugged or something. Then you're like, okay, hold on, you know, that's never going to happen again, but it is going to happen because there are a lot of people that just they're not taking the time to take the time essentially. But yeah, so I love it, guys. I like what you said, Mela. This is some of the things that we need to do as people that get out here and talk about crypto. And I like what Provis got. Provis has that education going on. You guys want to know what that crypto education, man, you need to hook up with Provis, man. He got tons of resources for you guys. You know, if you're new to crypto.
Definitely. And hopefully if Biz is still out there, man, if you could put a link to Provis's channel, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, folks need to know how to look at this and how to make decisions for themselves and not just get caught up in, you know, us being excited. We have a reason to be excited. We know what we're excited about. You may not.
Yeah.
And it may be difficult for you to try to wrap your head around it. And then someone says, oh, this is a scam. And then, you know, now you're shaking in your boots because you don't really know, you know, what side to really lean toward, you know, us or someone who really isn't in the project and has other ideas in mind that's, you know, trying to sway you in a different direction. So you need to be grounded in facts based on evidence and research that you've done on your own.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's
so
true.
Appreciate that, Biz.
And you can do all the research in the world because I've done this. You can do all the research in the world and think it's a good, viable project. And it turns around 3 months, 6 months, a year later, still shit the bed.
Yeah, man. That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to add to that, and most times it's because of bad actors within that project. You know, they'll take the project will be trucking right along the right path. And you got a bad actor to come in and jack everything up. Next thing you know, the whole damn project's derailed. You know, so.
Yep.
And the only way to help mitigate that risk, because it's not if, it's when. If you're in crypto long enough, it's going to happen to you at some point in time.
Yep.
I hope it doesn't, but chances are it will. Especially if you're out there. You know, my dad used to tell me, man, if you stick it in the dirt, it's going to get dirty, right? So, and you can take that with however you want to take it, but you know, if you're in crypto long enough, especially in DeFi, you know, you're going to get in some projects. Some projects going to get you in your feelings, man. And you know how I feel about emotions, but there are some that just look so amazing, you get wrecked. So the way I mitigate that is, if I'm going to go in, I never go all in. I always go. I never invest more than I'm willing to lose. Period. Right. You know, it's already counted as a loss the moment I do that swap. And and if I can make my initial back immediately, I take it, and the rest is house. And that way, it doesn't hurt as bad if it does rug, right, Provis? At least I got my money back.
Well, so here's another strategy. I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is one of the things that we teach also. You know, and it has to do with. I talked about this before, that whole river of money. right? You look at it, big time investors, millionaires and billionaires, they never have all their eggs in one basket, right? And it's all about diversifying. You want to be diversified within the crypto space as much as possible. And I'm talking about NFTs, the whole new gaming, DeFi, of course, the blue chips. You want to be as diversified as possible. And you also, you just have to be educated to maneuver in and out of space, have your crypto and your legacy wallet, your play wallet, cold storage wallets. And this is how I move, I don't use my legacy nothing from except for accumulating. That's all. I don't pull. I don't give a shit what emergency is happening. That is only for accumulation. And that wallet nobody will ever see. My wife has only seen it twice. I'm serious. She she has the keys to it, all that, but she's only seen it twice. Oh, will I be partaking? You goddamn right. I'm waiting to pull the trigger, Biz. What's my play? So I've been on the fence as far as my play is concerned. At first, I was going to put everything that I'm currently holding in safe food in there right now. Now I've changed that, this could change again as we get closer to was it May 1st now? But now I've changed it to 75% of my safe food that I will put put into Safe Food Go, and then I'm just gonna recycle, bring it back around, and put it back in.
Get out of my head, Previs.
I'm gonna stick and move, baby. I'm gonna stick and move.
Get out of my head, Previs.
My bad. I'm doing this rent free. I seen some crypto.
Oh yeah, people. I had sold some safe food today, so I could get. I got my initial back plus a little bit.
Hey,
I didn't
that's the way to
sell
do
a
it.
lot, but I got my initial back plus just a little bit to wet my beak a little.
What it hit? It hit 75 cents a day or something.
That's my plan.
Then it hit 75 cents a day or something.
Yeah, it hit 75 cents. I bought it at 16 cents, so I'm like, hey, let me just get a little bit of something.
Yeah, you gotta take some profit, man.
Oh yeah, I bought it at.
It's almost at 77 cents right now.
Yeah. Oh shit! It is killing it
definitely
right
look
now.
like it's going to
And
hit
I was
$1
thinking
by the
that
time
we
May
probably
1st,
just ate at $1.
So
around $1. I think we may exceed $1 before May 1st.
Today is what, Tuesday? Before Friday, I bet we'll be at $1.
Yeah, my plan was to buy into Safe Food all this week, all the way up into Safe Food Go. So I plan to keep going, and if it's $1, that's better than what I was expecting. It can go higher than that. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going with the I'm still sticking to my plan. I'm going all in with the ESCO with my BNB.
With
I,
BNB.
I,
Yeah, I'm
I,
doing
I
both.
do want to
I'm
do the
doing
safe food, but it's still just risky for me, man, because I don't want to buy it, take the 14% hit, and then it's going to
Yeah.
be going crazy once SG come out. And if
Right.
you're not quick enough with it, it might drop down depending on if big whales want to get into it too. It might drop down, and it might even be more than the 14% if I don't be quick on the trigger too. So I'm just minimizing my risk. I'm still doing my 15 BNB, man. And
Right.
wherever I get in, and I'm content with it, and I don't got to take the 14% hit. Plus,
Yeah,
if I'm lucky.
I'm
that
done paying
14%
taxes for this month,
has
man.
been on your mind. I've
Yeah.
heard you say that a couple of times. So yeah, Teddy One is saying he's going to sell half of his safe food to BNB and buy ESCO in both pools. Yeah, I'm looking at doing something similar to that too. But definitely got it. You can't lose with ESCO. It's just a matter of how much can you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Exactly.
You can't lose. So yeah, Teddy One, he's got 4,993 safe food, and he's hoping for $1. Might keep some safe food just in case. Yeah, I can't wait to see that white paper on ESCO.
Yeah, that's another thing I want. I got to see the tokenomics, man. I got to see the tokenomics so I could make a better decision of how much I really want to put into it. And there's a lot that I'm just waiting, man. I hope it don't. I mean, I don't know. I gotta wait, man. I
Yeah.
got the B&B, but man, once I see the tokenomics, then I could make a better judgment of,
Right.
maybe if I don't know. I, I'm just
Yeah,
waiting like everybody else, man.
and
It's
you're,
hard
and
to
you're
make decisions like this with no white paper yet.
that's what I was going to say. In your position, Brooklyn, I get it, and I know it's a lot of other people like that too. Without the tokenomics and understanding, you know, you're trying to understand something that's not there yet. You know, it's not in black and white, not in front of you. You know, but once you see it in black and white, see the numbers, understand the tokenomics, then you'll be able to make a better decision, and and be okay with that decision. You know, so I get what you're saying.
Yep. Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I appreciate y'all spending the time with me this evening. And Kryptonian, I think this is the first time you've been. I've been on a live with you, so it's been a pleasure
Oh
to
yeah,
share
man.
the
I watch
airwaves
you,
with
of
you.
course. I watch you all the time, man. Since you popped up on the scene, man. I really appreciate your definitely appreciate your cadence, man. You're smooth as hell, man, and you're Texas boy, so we all good, man. We're already on the same team, man. But I appreciate you. I appreciate the invite, guys. As always,
Yeah.
you guys let me talk. No one ever does, right,
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, we got to get together, man. I think Teddy Warren's in Texas. There
Oh hell yeah.
maybe a couple of others out there. I know there's somebody's out there from Houston. Can't recall the name, but
There
we
was a
got to
few
get it
guys.
together, guys.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. I mean, I know, Prelis. When you riding through this side of town again, man? We gotta go riding.
Hey, I'm down. When will we be? I need to check my calendar, Kryptonian. I know we're supposed to be
Yeah.
up there soon for a bike event. And shit's getting kind of deep right now. You heard about what over in the woodlands up in your area, your neck of the wood, what happened 2 days ago?
No, what happened?
Oh shit.
No, yeah, what happened? I was looking at a place there a few
Yeah.
years back.
You're talking about something with a motorcycle?
Yeah. The
There was a couple of them around here.
Banditos.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was two different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
I know
two
you're talking
different
about,
incidents that day. I think it was on Saturday, and anyway, it was kind of crazy. So we've been kind of hoping things don't trickle down here.
Man, that's just crazy, man.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, don't bring that down here, man.
No, we're not
I'll
like
come up. I know. I was messing with you, but
Yeah.
if you pass it through, just let me know. Give me a day notice. That
Oh,
way
yeah.
I can make a. I'd like to go ride with you for sure.
Yeah.
And we maybe go right up there. Where you ride? Do you ride, Noah? You ride up there?
No, not in a while. And my wife says the way our insurance is set up, she really does.
Okay.
I don't know if my wife is watching, but yeah. I want to. I really
You
do.
sounded just like Fowler
ridden
right
in a
there.
long time.
Hey, you want me to tell you how to solve that milk?
Please.
Teach her how to ride.
Yeah, hell yeah.
My wife ride.
Buy you a trike, man.
My wife
I
ride.
never even considered.
Teach her how to ride. My wife rides. She has a 07 Vulcan 900 LT Cruiser Classic. It's a classic with the saddlebags on it, windshield. Yeah, teach her how to ride. She's been riding.
My wife wants to ride too. She wants me to teach her. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Dude,
she be hitting curbs with 4 wheels, man. I don't know, man. She better not ever see this show. And she will, man. She always goes back and watches. It's funny.
Yeah, so I'm sure I'll sneak away and get back on 2 wheels. It's been years. I don't know if I even remember how, but
you're a crotch rocket guy.
What's that?
You're a crotch rocket guy.
Oh no! I used to do I used to do dirt bikes when I was a kid.
Okay. Listen, I don't know how old you are, but so I'm a crotch rocket guy. I love crotch rockets, but I knew because I used to ride in Japan. I used to act the fool in Japan too when I was stationed there.
Yep.
So, and I had a little Katana. What was it? Katana 750, And when I tell you I beat the piss out that bike, I beat the piss out that bike. So
wow.
And that
Timers
bike
are nice,
like,
man.
Yeah. It was like a little Timex. That damn thing took a beating and kept on ticking, bro. I graduated to the Harleys, and this is where I'm at now, man. You can't tell. There's no turning back, especially with the things you can do to Harley motors now. You know, they'll roll with them damn crotch rockets.
Yeah, they will. I bought that Sportster S 1260, man, and that Joker goes, man. I know it's not a cruiser, but it keeps up with my Ducati, right? And I had a Honda CBR 1000. I almost killed myself 3 times on that thing. Those Japanese bikes, man, are just oh man.
Yeah, y'all keep talking about these bikes, and now I'm kind of like, I want to get back into it.
Well, you ain't got to go buy one. You can just rent one when we meet up. You know, keep it simple.
There you go.
But I appreciate the invite, guys.
Appreciate
we'll be
it.
going live tomorrow night at 7:30. Of course, everybody's welcome, man, to join. 7:30. It's going to be pushed to Chris's channel. I believe NR is joining us as well, and this is where I get to kind of just prove to Chris, first and for all, really, that there's no aliens. Period. End story. You know.
Well, obviously you won't be able to because you can't even say it. So
I know. My wife's looking at me. She's like, "What are you talking about?"
What? First what?
Kryptonian,
man.
Brother, we are not alone. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. We are not.
Oh man, I gotta watch.
All right, so we got Pelvis on my side. So there we go.
Yeah, I've seen shit. I've seen shit being out to sea, no moon, no stars, just black ass night. I'm talking about split second past midnight type of black.
Say that for tomorrow, brother. Say that for tomorrow because I got.
Hey, us veterans have seen some shit, man.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. So I'm not saying that they ain't real. I'm saying they ain't real to me.
Oh, wow. Is that a Gary Gensler response?
Yeah. That's what I was doing. That's actually what I was doing. No, I don't. I
just did it, Gary Gensler, guys.
I'm gonna change that live to Wednesday night fights.
Right.
Now bring the proof, man. I'm open. I'm absolutely open minded though. I just like to see it. That's all. I've heard stories, but I've never seen nothing personally. That's all.
Okay, I'm gonna save this for tomorrow, then. I'm not gonna.
That's
all I can say.
I don't know if Biz will be available tomorrow, or whatever, but I'll send Biz the StreamYards and
I don't know. I think Biz is AI, man. He's everywhere all the time.
I know, but you know what? I got to send him some more Bitcoin because he's been helping me a lot.
There it is. What's up? All right, Biz. You already know what time
right
it is.
now. He just made it. I'm going right now. I'm changing that to Wednesday night Raw.
I'm gonna create that. Hey, Biz, I'm gonna create I guess I'll create the schedule now here, so you'll see it in a few. But I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to join or join the comments, we'd appreciate it because apparently everyone's against me, so I like to have somebody on my side, So.
Hey, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Oh yeah.
So Brooklyn, what's up, man? You got any closing comments for tonight?
No, I'm gonna keep it simple tonight, man. Thank you everybody for coming on. We appreciate you. Hope you got some knowledge, some education. And I'll be making some more videos. I'm business going to help me find actually a time slot, so I don't coincide with other YouTubers. I got to find like a good time slot, like every other day or something. So I'm going to be pushing out some more videos soon, and hopefully everybody could join. That's it.
Cool.
Definitely, man. I'm definitely down for that. I appreciate you joining the space. I'm glad to see so many faces out here, man. It's cool. I love crypto, man. Meeting some great people out here.
Yeah, I agree. I never would have thought I'd do something like this, but it was Odonado that got me into it. So blame him.
He got me trying to be a ninja, so I guess we're on different spectrums.
Chris Cruz, you got any closing comments for tonight?
I think everybody knows that where I stand on a lot of things, but Brooklyn, he kind of got me into doing this live, and we really need to find you a spot, dude. It seems like every single time you're coming up, So if I know, I think I'm gonna start doing Sunday nights at 6. Yes,
Is there a schedule?
6 Eastern.
I
6
know.
Eastern.
Is there a schedule?
Well, I put that one up, and I think Biz was telling me that this was a slot when I did the one last Sunday. He was like, "This is a slot that's good for you," but and then Vulcan was going to go the next day. Then Daniel put one out, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm not going to go then." And then I haven't heard if Brooklyn's found a time or whatever, but if I can accommodate or move mine, or we do mine together or something like that, I'm all for whatever you can do. I want you to be out there, and I want to participate and help you grow your channel and everything you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
I mean,
We'll
and likewise,
definitely get it
whatever I
together.
can do, I don't know. I have a small channel, but whatever I can do, I'm willing to help. You guys were helpful in getting me started, so I can only reciprocate. It's the least I can do.
Yeah,
Least I can do.
Biz says Saturdays are open.
Yeah,
That'd be nice. Nobody does anything on Saturday. Every once in a while, Daniel does something, but Saturday's wide open.
I thought
Daniel just does
Curtius
like
had
breaking
something,
news or something.
I thought Curtius had Saturday.
Yeah, I thought
I haven't
Curtius.
seen anything.
Curtius got a woman now. He ain't got time for Saturday.
Oh.
shots.
Is that what happened?
Wow.
That's what happened.
You know
That's
what,
what happened.
Brooklyn?
What
You should
happened.
do a Saturday night thing, like man. We could go for hours on a Saturday night. I could see people coming in and going and everything like that.
All right, yeah, man. Maybe I'll work it out with Biz. I could free up this Saturday, do something else with the family on Sunday and Friday.
Or do it earlier in the day. I mean, like he said, it's open. You could do it like an afternoon thing or something that you're
All
free
right,
for
yeah,
the
I'll
fun of the
definitely.
day.
I know Biz got a schedule for everybody, so Saturday's good. Then we'll definitely hook something up for Saturday for everybody.
Kelly stupid.
Oh,
Yeah,
you just need to talk to Biz. He knows he's got it all worked out.
Kelly's funny.
Biz is like Google.
Yeah, Kelly's a trip. Kelly's a trip for sure.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having me on and let me voice my views. And I hope everything goes well. And it was great to catch up with a lot of you guys.
Yeah, same. Always a pleasure to have you on, Chris.
Yeah, likewise.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all inviting me on. As always, Miller, I always appreciate you forwarding that or putting that invite out there for me. So I appreciate it, brother.
Cool. Well, all right, folks. Well, I hope y'all had some got some good insight in from the conversation today. Appreciate these gentlemen joining. Fowler was here as well. Richard Hubman says, "Yep, time for bed." Yep, definitely. My wife is probably waiting for me. So before we go, though, before I go, I just want to ask if you haven't subscribed to Chris Cruz's channel, please do so. Like, share, subscribe his channel. Like, share, subscribe Brooklyn's channel. Like, share, subscribe Kryptonian, Prelvis, and I would appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe mine. So thank you all. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central, Texas time. Y'all take care.
Deuces.
Night.
See you guys on the